Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the matchup we have all been waiting for all day long. It is the Pittsburgh Knights going up live against the Red Hot Fury 1 squad led by Tody, the Mexican-American from New York. I'm excited to watch that one. It'll be a hell of a matchup, that is for sure. I'm Fallout, joined alongside two legends in the Gears scene. It's the winningest coach of all time in Gears esports, Ashes, and the best analyst, in my opinion. Best mind that we got in Gears Esports, Toby Campbell. Welcome back to the desk, gentlemen. As we start to preview this upcoming matchup, I want an initial thought from both of you. What are you thinking heading into this one? What makes you the most excited? Toby, starting with you.
Yeah, a huge deal actually for Fury 1 this one. Some, even Taylor, for example, have been saying that Fury 1 might even be approaching that top spot in the LATAM scene now because they have had their best split ever. Meanwhile, PK have looked shaky at times. I'm sure we all remember their performance against Northern Forces where somehow they got 3-0'd. I still don't know how I lost that prediction, but it happened. I voted PK. They didn't come through, not in any way, shape or form. But yeah, the jury remains out, I guess, as to PK's performances at the end of the split. So far, it's not been too good at all. That's E-Days included as well. I'm hoping they can turn it around.
Ash?
Yeah, I mean, I called it earlier on the broadcast. I'm excited for this matchup. These are correct me if I'm wrong, the 4th place team and the 5th place team from the Pro League. So we're looking at a fight for the middle of the pack. I don't think we're going to see anything too spectacular in terms of stuff that we might see from an E United, from a Rise. But I do think this is going to be a really fierce matchup. That being said, I was doing my research for this matchup, and I noticed that the last time these guys played and faced off in the Pro League, it was quite a stomping. Now, it started off a little bit close, and Toby, I was telling you, you and I can banter about numbers, because I'm sure you got way more than I do. But it started off close. If I'm correct, it was like 300-275 on Regency. It was 6-5 on Afira. And then it just all went downhill from there into training grounds with a 5-1 for PK. So Fury, in my opinion, needs to shake off that performance and play to how we saw them playing earlier in the day.
Yeah. And that's what's so interesting, though, is that was quite a bit ago, if I remember correctly. And so much has changed. Fury 1 has been trending up. 5 wins in a row to finish off Pro League, and they are red hot right now. So I love that analytical breakdown, Ash. I love taking a look at history here and the history of the matchup, but I think it's anyone's game as we take a look at the Fury 1 roster. I'll walk you through them real quick. You got Jalid, the rising star MVP-esque player of LATAM, joined alongside Aimbot, not Aimboot. Anyone that calls him Aimboot is wrong. You got Tody, the American on this team, alongside Ventry, young gun himself. Meanwhile, on the Pittsburgh Knights, you know them, you love them. It's the return and the reunion. Making their debut on the main stage, Identives and Dezenide, the duo, longtime teammates since Resurrection K in Gears of War 3 and Ultimate Edition. They're joined alongside two young guns in Fearsley and Raver, who have been so dominant throughout Gears 5 as individual players. Obviously, the controversial roster change, dropping or trading monkeys to bring Identives back for one last dance, one last chance to win a championship for LATAM. Identives has done it once before on Ghost Gaming in the United States. Can he do it with his brother in Dezenide? That's the big question here. Let's jump right into the maps. Toby, walk me through the maps that we're going to see, because it might make a big difference in this series.
Yeah, hugely so. The first pick is no surprise to anyone. District, Fury 1 have loved that map for the longest period of time. They went 3-1 in Pro League. Really, actually, a great performance from them. Time and time again, it seems like, even during those losses, right? The difficult moments. Now, going into Checkout, that's an interesting one. I don't know if you guys remember, but for the longest time, I've been saying PK are the best execution team, and they really come out in majors, and Checkout is their stomping ground. But actually, it's Fury 1 that have the edge here. You know, they're 2-1 in terms of stats in Pro League, which isn't that impressive, but PK, they're not, I don't think they're even neutral actually on this map as of recent times. We saw Fury 1 actually 6-2 Rebel of all teams. Rebel, the best execution team statistically this split, so yeah, look out for them on that one. Ash's great point actually about TG. Yeah, it was a stomping 5-1 in the last battle between these two teams in Pro League. PK taking that one, but I don't know, again, it's somewhat of a decent map for Fury 1. They challenged United on it. They went 2-1, positive still in Pro League. You don't think of Fury 1 as an escalation team. You kind of favor the more experienced teams like PK, but no, really good team on that front as well. Spire is an interesting one as well. It's kind of like a curveball because PK haven't really played this at all, this Pro League split. I think Fury 1 are actually 1-0 in it. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And then Tomb as well. Again, it's a very practice map for PK. They absolutely love this, adore it, especially back when Monkeys was still on the roster. Had a really good performance time and time again on this one. All in all, I do favor, in a way, just about PK because of their experience on these different maps, like Checkout, like Tomb. But no, Fury 1 have a really good map pool here, so it's shaping up to be quite an interesting one for sure.
Wow. Yeah, very interesting indeed. And you know what? It seems like PK is kind of resting on their historic laurels, what they used to be good at, but they're such a different team now with Identives than they were with Monkeys. I mean, Monkeys obviously such a dominant individual player, pound for pound, one of the best individual players in LATAM and honestly in North America. But Identives fills a much different role for that squad. It's a big void. So I'm really interested to see if those kind of legacy historic maps that they were so great on, like Checkout, end up playing in their favor. But let's take a look at the keys to success for both teams. This is the Franz keys to victory, starting with the Pittsburgh Knights. Ash, take it away.
Yeah, so the Pittsburgh Knights need to punish that over-aggression. We know a team like Fury, especially a player like Toady historically, shout out to Toady, they like to play super aggressive. They like to get up in your face. They like to create this chaos and then thrive within that environment so that teamwork goes out the window. It comes down to, can I shoot better than you can shoot? And a majority of the time, the players on Fury are really going to hold that title in that matchup. So PK needs to come out and they need to punish that over-aggression with calculated teamwork, with strong setups. Additionally, they need to ego challenge a little bit. You can't shy away from those 1v1s. You guys are veteran players. You guys need to be confident in your gameplay. People like Raver and Identives, they are so talented at the game. They need to believe in that talent and kind of buck up against these young guns in the Fury roster.
Buck up or shut up is the reality here. Pittsburgh Knights have one last chance to do it. I mean, on the flip side, we got Fury 1. Toby, what are their keys to victory?
Yeah, I mean, they are absolutely best when they're playing quickly. I think that's when they surprise a lot of teams, and they are underrated, especially in the last split. It's surprising, actually, because they've seemingly gained with Toty joining the roster this unbelievable level of confidence, unshakable. They don't seem to be intimidated by some of the top players, like the huge names like Desnide and Identives. And if they do continue to play that way, rely on their raw skill that has taken them as far, then go for it. Then keep going, keep it fast. District, of course, we mentioned that first map. I think it is the map to really shape this entire series. I think it should be a close one regardless. But, easily Fury 1 can take that one. I mean, even in control, they have a better record than PK. 9-3 versus 9-4. That is the first map of the series. That is definitely the key to success for Fury 1. I think if they win this, they do have a really good chance of taking the series.
I love it. And I think at the end of the day, key to both teams is control the tempo. If Fury 1's able to play at a fast tempo, get in the face, and play aggressive against PK, I think they have an advantage. I think pound for pound, they're the better skilled team. But if PK is able to slow it down and control the pace, control the tempo, I think they get the dub. It's going to be a great one. I'm excited to jump right into predictions here to get your guys' thoughts as to who is going to take this one, because I think it might be a little closer, it might be more difficult to predict than some of our other matchups. Toby, starting with you, who you got?
Now, I'm probably going to stick with my typical thinking as to the predictions. I usually go with experience and veterans, and I'm going to go with PK this time round. Yes, Fury 1 had lots of positives. I went through them, right? But I've looked through some other stats as well. When I think back to PK's potential, especially when you have like an Identives join the roster and give them that passion, then I feel like they can turn things around. I do believe in them that after having a lackluster split, that they can turn it around come major time. I really do. The Northern Forces fiasco with a 3-0, I think that's behind them now. And just generally speaking, I trust in Fearsley, I trust in Raver to come out swinging. Yes, District's a huge deal, but I feel like just series-wise, PK do have a little bit of an edge here, and that major experience will come through for them. I think it'll be a really close one. In terms of maps, I think it could be a 3-1, 3-2, honestly. I really do think Fury 1 have a good shot here, but I think PK will edge it.
All right, Toby's got PK. Ash, how about you?
Toby made a lot of really good points, and it's making me second guess my original prediction, because he's talking about how great
you can change
he's
it.
been playing today. No, I don't want to change it. He's been talking about how great Fury's been playing today. He's been talking about these stats on these maps specifically that we're about to see in this matchup.
And they seem like they're in favor of Fury. I'd agree with you.
Yeah, I would be, but I've seen PK pull so many miracles over the last several years that I am confident in them. In this matchup in particular, I don't think it's going to take a miracle. I think it's just going to take confidence in themselves. And I expect them to show up at this major. So I'm going to give it to PK.
Oh, experience, history, confidence, all very important things when it comes down to a major. But I've been saying it since day one, my friends. Momentum is everything. Catching fire is everything. And Fury 1, like I've said, is red hot. I'm going Fury 1, 3-1 over the Pittsburgh Knights. Upset alert, ladies and gents. And I've been on fire with my predictions all day long. Time to take a little bit of a risk, though. I got to shake things up a little bit. I'm going Fury 1, I think, with the big upset here over PK. It's only pool play, though. So I think PK will definitely regather themselves, regain composure, but we shall see. It's going to be one hell of a matchup. I am very, very excited for this one. Obviously, great thoughts for both of you. One last thought from each, though, as I know we've had quite a bit of discussion so far. Anything that you think we could, any like interesting things or bold predictions we could expect in this one? Ash, start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted the opportunity to raise this question to you guys, and I think our answers for this might actually change after this matchup. But PK making the switch from Monkeys, who is clearly a very talented player in LATAM, to Identivs, who's clearly somebody who might have more of a friendship, more chemistry with the team, just going back to the old days of Gears. Do you guys think that was an improvement for PK, or do you think that actually lowered them a little bit and gives Fury a better chance in this matchup?
So we want to get your thoughts, and then we're going to welcome in the 5-box guys. Actually, let's welcome in the 5-box right now. Let's say what's up to the boys as we open up the discussion. I don't know if y'all heard that question. I want to get Toby's answer first, and then we'll throw it over to Taylor and Colin, and you guys can discuss when we go off screen.
I didn't hear
but the first things first, Toby.
Colin was talking my ear off. What'd you say?
You didn't hear me. The question from Ashes is, was Monkeys for Identis worth it? We're going to start with Toby, then we're going to throw it to y'all for an answer. Toby?
Sure, I think this will be talked about throughout this weekend, honestly. For me personally, I think Identivs kind of gives it a little bit of an edge in many ways. It kind of unlocks a new potential and that passion, especially come major, that I don't think Monkeys had. And I think they would do a shake-up, and I think Identivs is probably a good little spark to add to that mix to see if PK can really achieve their potential.
I would trade all of them for you, John. I would trade all of them for you.
That's my boy, Colin.
Colin,
you saw me playing boxing yesterday. You sure about that?
Hey, we're talking Monkeys and Identitas. I tell you what, though, Fallout and his workouts, they're killing me. I can't even.
That's
walk
why I don't go with him. You see his gut, boy? You see that gut? I don't go with him.
It is well developed and hard as a rock. I want
Colin
you to know,
can
boys.
confirm. Colin has not joined us for one workout. Not one. Blaze missed it yesterday. He joined us today. Colin, MIA in the gym.
I'm super dedicated to the craft and getting here early and playing Gears before we go live. Okay, I'm dedicated.
Well, can we have to pause that, Colin, because I think I heard Ash say. So what was that, Ash? You gotta repeat that?
Oh, of course you hear me saying the compliment. I feel like John is looking tan. He's looking good. I've been seeing the pictures you've been posting on Twitter, man. Looking buff. You know what I'm saying? I need those gym workouts. I need to you need to tell me.
Ashes, let me explain something to you. You don't need those gym workouts because other than myself, you have the best other half on the planet. You've already won, brother. You and I have won the game.
And I met you in person. Like, you are an attractive man, Ashes. I was taken aback.
He's got the boy band look. I kind of wish I had the boy band look. You know what I'm saying? He's got the pretty boy face. Looks like he could have been on anything in the 90s, Disney Channel.
There's one man we haven't complimented yet. And that's the Welshman over there. That's Toby Campbell, baby. He's joining us.
We got to stop this. It's too much.
He's got the beard.
Not that I disagree.
You got mine.
He's got the whole package.
You've got Collins.
But this is turning into way too much of a love fest here. Boys, we're done. That's it for us. No more man crushing, although we all have a lot of love for each other. Chat, I'm sorry. I love y'all too. Let's go ahead and throw it over to our casters as we get ready for game number 1. It's going to be a hell of a matchup. Buckle up.
It's going to be a heck of a cast. I don't think they understand what they just unleashed with me and you together.
Nah. Nobody has any clue. No concept.
It might get wild in here. And
it's going to get wild. I'm sorry.
It might get wild. And we got good old NA representation with Colin casting over 2 LATAM teams, Fury 1 and Pittsburgh Knights. Now, I got to ask you, who do you expect to win this? Because I got my opinion, baby. But you got a big head. I want to see you put that big head to work.
Hey, look, who I expect to win this matchup, I'm going to succinctly say it like this. Last game in Gears 4, when I chose my all-star team, I had one all-star out of the 8 players that you're seeing in front of you. It's Dezenod.
You're intimidating in person. When you get serious, look at me. I actually don't want to mess with you, and I got to cool down the insults because you're.
I just want you to know Blaze doesn't feel that way at all. If I look at Blaze and get all serious, he's like, shut up. And he shoves me. That's why I love that man.
All right, I'm going to start doing that. Who did you pick, by the way? Dezo, PK. You think PK?
Look, Dezenai's best player in this lobby.
Okay.
Dezenai might be, he's in the discussion for best player on the planet.
All right, I think Fury 1 wins this series. So
you can think all you want.
You're going to double
but you ain't paid to think, you paid to talk.
Let's talk it, baby. We got the initial, and PK, they're going to get that first point. They've got an early lead. Can they hold on to it? Fury 1, though, they're striking back. It's tied up 1-1. It's as tense as it can possibly be. And one last player to get there. I think that's going to be Abu. Put it to the corner, and Dezo turns around. See you. Hey, look, it's okay. It's early goings. It's early goings, okay?
My man got the shoulder shake on him. He said, let me hit him with a little shimmy, and then a one-shot chunk to settle into P1. Beautiful little retake right here by Fury 1 getting set up. It's going to get shut down quick, Vezin, in a hurry because you lose Ventry, and Jolin knows he's got to rotate around to try to get Dezo out of that middle fountain fight. They get the revive, but the 2 shots are in, the 2 shots are out. Early lead going over to the Pittsburgh Knights. They're in control of the early going.
And they're looking good. I can't lie, Colin, like Pittsburgh Knights, they're starting off strong. Fury 1's got a couple of wins, but not enough to make me think like, ooh, okay, it's going to be swinging momentum. We'll be going over towards P2. Fiercely, he's going to be the tip of the spear for Pittsburgh Knights. I do like that Fury 1 is going to have the high side. Tody is also going to have that window position to be able to lance her down. Fiercely with the shock. That's going to back A-Boot up, but either way, though, it is going to be a battle for positioning, and it is going to be PK getting the early points, but Fury 1, they're right there to attack.
Fury 1's right up top. They're at the juice. It's 4v4 on the map right now. No real opportunity to make a move. Identives, he'll challenge out against Ventry in a 1v1 at the very top side of the map. 10 more seconds. Go over to the Pittsburgh Knights. Identives is going to roll toward the middle of the map. He's going to get called out. He's full red. Rolls into the backside of that cover. Full neutralization at the opposite side of the hill. Aim Boot has to back up. 2 players are going to push back in. Fiercely and Dezenai. They're going to have to roll back behind the luggage. See if they can get themselves a shot over the top. Not going to get enough damage. They finally get the down, but sub is not there. They don't get the finish. Identives gets killed from the middle of the map. Raver trying to learn from his fellow mistakes. And that will be a good couple of kills. And this could be a great retake by Fury 1 as they settle their tea kettle inside of the hill. 71-10 at this moment.
Fury 1 has fantastic teamwork. Pittsburgh Knights do as well, but honestly, Fury 1 might be one of the most consistent Latin American teams that we have in the league, and also their composure is absolutely incredible. Something you would absolutely expect from a Tody-led roster. It's still early goings, and I think this is going to become more competitive as we go along. Big opening elimination from Identives. That secures the drop for Dezo. As we do go over towards P3, Tody is looking at a wall of PK members, but you gotta push forward.
Yes, sir, indeedy. Tody's going to have that Lance of Fire out. They're going to be at the bottom of the stairwell here, which is technically P6, that final hill of the first rotation. Tody with the backhand of Identives. The drop shot is in, though, to answer back. Traded out 3v3 on the map. Aim Boot finds one as he slides into the ATM area. 1 down inside of the info. Rotating back toward the hill. Jolly with a shot over the top. Can't get the chunk, but he does on the second shot. Beersley, last alive for the Pittsburgh Knight. Inside of the info. He's going to wait for his teammates to try to rally up behind him. Shot through the middle. Identives is there, maybe trying to pressure out toward Ventry. They got to get the call out that Ventry's at the bottom of the map. They see him rotate over there as well. It'll be Dezenai on the 6 o'clock, trying to challenge this player. Ventry's going to move up into the position to try to help his teammates. He's going to be tagged up a little bit, but not enough to make him afraid of anything. 1-2-1 split across the north to south side of the map for the Pittsburgh Knights. Moving in for the contestation just outside of the hill. Tody rolls up into this beautiful 45-degree angle here. Identives in this cubby. He's got to be better this weekend. Identives has really struggled all Pro League split long, and if he wants to give the Knights a chance, I mean, even if it's an Ice Cube's chance in hell, he's going to have to be better.
Well, there's that clutch factor, already getting the first initial kill on T'Challa and a chance to push forward. He will. He's going to drop, but this is where Pittsburgh Knights might look strong, but Fury 1 shuts them down in such great fashion. They've recovered that lead. The deficit was relatively large off the rip, but hey, Fury 1, they're back in the game. 20 seconds for the new drop shot. That's about the amount of time until we go towards the new position. So that's going to be fought for sure. New shock on the ground, and Vitru is ready for it. He has a chance to pick it up, but maybe not. He's got to take a step back. He will be pushed back. Will he push forward? Ventry, nice shot onto Identitas. That'll back him away, but he takes a bit too much to 2v1. Too much for him to handle. Did Fury One get the drop shot? No, it's still on the ground. It's still being fought for.
Beersley right there in the middle of the map gets that down. They can't get the finish on Toady. My man, I never think he's looked so skinny in that position as he kept getting missed left and right and center. Aim boot goes down. Now it's going to be picked up in the middle of the map by Dezenai. Jollet inside of the juice is going to get taken down as well. Pittsburgh Knights with a control over the hill. They've got to have a decent amount of lead change here to try to make Fury One feel a little uncomfortable. Big body by Raver. He's going to get down though in the 2v1 sector inside of the juice. Dezenai with the drop. This will shut down at least one player coming to the hill. There it goes on an aim boot. Nobody in the hill now. 3v3 on the map. Big shot by Identiv. Second shot misses. Needs the third one to connect. Backs away from him. Plays for the down and damage. Gets that one to go. He needs the turn and burn for the help onto Jollet. Back A out by Fearsley. Second shot doesn't get the down. And that will be your #1 overall pick, getting taken out by 2 teammates from Fury One.
But Identitas, he's the only one left in the hill for Pittsburgh Knights, and Fury One get representation. They have now full real estate to get 40 or so points. Matter of fact, they'll be the first team out of the 2 to break 100. Good job to them, but the job's not finished with Pittsburgh Knights. Are going to at least attack one more time. Aimboot, he's going to be the tip of the spear. He'll kite some players back. Meanwhile, you are going to have 2 pushing out of green. Toady, he's going to look to take that one. Where did Jollet? So Jollet is actually already flaked around. I love that Fury One are pincering in Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah, they're looking to try to trap him into a few different areas here. I love the positioning by Fury One, but Pittsburgh Knights, they're trying to fight back with just pure shotgun ability, pure shotgun skill, pure shotgun in scintillating, sensational fashion, pure shotgun subordinate shots coming out by everybody.
Everybody getting scintillating S's and
Scintillating,
shotguns.
sensational fashion.
Hey, look, I'm not going to attempt
Dipsy
it.
do Dunkaroo.
Look, stop it.
Diaper dandy,
you
baby.
proved your superiority already 3 times. I don't need you to do more. Like I told Jacob, I'm a sensitive soul. I can only take so much. Pittsburgh Knights are definitely coming back. And, well, Fury One, I mentioned they were tight in that vice grip on the current hill, but unfortunately, they just pushed in and were just taken down left and right. And now they got to go for attempt #2, but they got to wait a little bit. Shock is at the front. Once that goes away, they're just going to full send it, but I think Pittsburgh Knights are ready, I can't lie.
Pittsburgh Knights are set up here right outside of the doorway. Stepping into the neutralization position is Fearsley with his Nasher out. Back A onto Fearsley. Back A out, doesn't get the down by Fearsley. Now they're going to throw those flashes. They secure the revive. Big body shot there. Second shot connects. Won't be able to get these downs just yet. And it seems like every time the Pittsburgh Knights need to get a kill, they can't. Every time they want it, they get it. That is going to be the difference maker in this map 1 to me. Fury One is getting the kills they need, not the ones they want. Whereas the Knights, they are just surviving at this point. They cannot get a defensive stand to save their life. They are like a wet paper bag against an aluminum baseball bat right now. They are getting shredded, my man.
What? An aluminum bat would definitely shred a wet paper bag, right? You were the pitcher. You play baseball. Is that true?
I'm saying that they are like a wet paper bag. They are getting shredded defensively. They're not.
Oh, with the aluminum, you just threw me off the aluminum bat. Okay, fair enough. Well, whoever the bag is and whoever the aluminum bat is, I mean, Fury One might be the bat. 162 to 118, and yo, they're looking fresh and looking good. Honestly, I'm surprised they weren't as favorited on the desk as at least I expect them to be. I looked at the stats and all 5 maps. It is like neck and neck statistically, at least using the Pro League stats, not for E-Days. Still very close. We are set up very tensely for the new hill. And Dezo tucked in his corner. He's going to be a nuisance for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's tucked up in here. He's waiting for 2 players. He's going to get seen, though. There's no way they don't know he's there. He's going to drop a flash in front of him. Back A out onto Jollet. Goes for the double bounce and another back A. Won't be able to get that one. He's got a little bit of Lancer help over the top. He's looking to try to get some protecting shots. Fearsley has to take a 1v1 against Aim Boot up at the top. Gets his headshot on. Anya is going to have a headache for a while after that first shot. Sorry, First Minister Stroud. You're going to have to take some ibuprofen, baby, and come back from the med bay in just a minute. Let's see what Identives does. Rotating around here, trying to challenge up against 2 players at this top side of the map. They bring him some help. They're going to bring him some an extra man advantage, but at the bottom side of the hill, Fury One once again says, what defense? What stand? What help? It don't matter. We broke through.
That was wonderful, and they did get close spawn from the top. It was only 1 Fury One member pushing into Identity, and then quickly thereafter it was 2. He did get help with Raver, but I mean, with the bottom end being attacked from F1, the top end, Pittsburgh Knights didn't stand a chance. They got shredded, and well, that's going to be another lead for Fury One. They continue to grow. Like, we are seeing Pittsburgh Knights like have these moments of brilliance, but Fury One always finds a way to, you know, shut them down in the end. And you got to respect that. Drop shot in Dezo's hands. He'll get away for the time being. But look at the Lancer fire, the teeth. That's what makes Fury One so good, in my opinion.
Third down and out comes through. Dezo goes down. Drop shot out by Fiercely. Doesn't find a kill, but does find some damage. Aim Boot's going to go down. Two players quickly into the area for the revive to secure him. Now we're going to see Ventry try to pressure up. Gets the back end on the first down player. Trying to pressure forward. Identives gets one. Gets the second. Big Identives. Big Danny tries to get three, but he goes down. Des and I, with all the Lancer fire help in the world, could secure him a third or a fourth kill. Everybody spawned up now, but this is a very precarious spawn for the Pittsburgh Knights because Fury One spawned literally below them on the map. They were just straight toward the south side, and they are going to get tagged up in this pincer movement. Venture's going to get shot on, taken down. Identives tries to roll up, waits for that player to hit the cover, hits the first one. Now at the middle cylinder pillar is going to get the second one. Now pulls Lancer. Toady last alive. He's going to go down. 50 seconds, Taylor, and we got a tie ball game here. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's absolutely not. I mean, Pittsburgh Knights found success off the initial off of P1, right? I mean, that's when they took their early lead. It was when Hill 2 rolled around and then Hill 3 ultimately, where they started to, you know, hit a bit of a struggle bus. But no, absolutely. I think a tied game is 100% within the realm of possibilities. Fury One has one more decent push, and either way, they're fighting for scrap time at the moment. 20 points, you could relatively call that relatively, I would say, neck and neck, evened up in the, at least in the end. Fury One attacking the low side, fighting for scrap time, mind you, at this point in time, and Pittsburgh Knights is still holding their own. I mean, they are heating up, kind of like Rise did earlier when they were playing Casa de Papel.
Well, you take a look at this. Even though they die, they're going to spawn at the bottom of the map. 15 seconds on the new drop, 20 on the new shock grenade. Dezo has a huge 1v1 right here. The closer he gets to winning this, the better for his team he will be, but he gets the down. They're going to come in for the quick revive. Identives is going to be there for the pick onto Dezo. Drop shot is definitely up in the middle, as well as the shock grenade by this point, but the down comes through on the Raver. The team revives are in and through. A down at the top of the map on Ventry. Fiersley's here trying to challenge with another player. Helps, gets that second down. Two players down and out for Fury One. Now a third player is going to get challenged by Raver. They're going to have a 2v1 at the hill to try to pressure out. Coming in for the possible revive. Won't be able to get it. Pittsburgh Knights, they win the hill. They get the drop. They're in perfect position, but now the pincer movement might come in as Aim Boots at the top side of the map. Two players at the bottom side of the map. Fiersley needs some help, and he gets it. It's through and true, Taylor.
I mean, this is a critical moment for Pittsburgh Knights, and I think more so for Fury One. Granted, the score lead shouldn't get too crazy for PK in relation to F1, but I mean, at this point, Pittsburgh Knights are feeling themselves. They're a momentum-based team, and they are 100% catching fire and momentum. In fact, they're going to take the lead at a critical point. We're very close to 300 in just, what, 2 minutes. This map can be over with, and for Fury One, they've got to realize that. Fiercely has held on to the drop shot for almost an eternity, and he finally sits it.
Gets that first one over the top. Jolin has to rotate out there. Won't be able to get away for just a long time, but for a short time. The rotations are in. Pittsburgh Knights have really started to heat up here. Fury One is unleashing Hell's Half Acre and Hell Hath No Fury like a toady scorned, because that man is coming back at any given moment with a full set of 4, and they're going to go for the retake at that ATM. But the Knights, they're set up here. Defense is going to be pretty stout. Let's see if they can keep that going, because they've played well for the last 90 seconds or so, but they were struggling all throughout the first part of this map. That's why they were down through the mid portions in this position.
It's so critical PK holds on to what they got. If they let this go early on, Fury One, they're back in the running, and you can make the argument that PK loses map 1. This is going to literally make or break F1. In my honest opinion, the shock is there, fine. It'll block off at least the front end of things. Remember, PK was in this position earlier on, Colin, and they could not penetrate the hill. So PK now get their chance to do so, and Aim Boot, as he typically is, the tip of the spear. Damage is down. You're saying, oh no. Fury One, they might break the hill.
Yeah, they were looking for a little down there onto Dezo, trying to pull up into that hill in the next position. They get the neutralization here. Danny with a big 1v1 at the bottom side of the map against Toady. They're going to try to get shots onto these players, try to back them up yet again. They don't have any downs just yet. They cannot challenge in this position. Fiersley, as well as a teammate at that overlook. It's going to be Fiersley and Dezo. This is going to be Toady from the bottom side of the map, trying to check them, trying to body shot them. This is going to be Toady now in a 1v1 yet again. Identity Identives versus Toady. Big 1v1 position. Identives tries to hit some shots. He's going to disengage, try to help his teammates yet again because look at the time. Look at what's left on the clock. Enough to win the map right now. If they don't get a neutralization, Taylor, there is enough to win this map, I believe. Either that or it's 299 and a breath. It's 299 and a sneeze. It's 299 and a cup.
Well, they hopped off.
Danny!
They hopped off, so PK, you know, they do hop back on, but they gave away some points, so they're not going to win outright, but 288 to 216. I mean, at this point, Fury won.
They got a long hill to climb.
They're clawing, brother, at anything that they can possibly get. Now, that is positive. 2 down, Dezo and Identive's gone. Now, but Raver has made some star-studded plays. He's been incredible throughout Split 4. I got to say, I've been really impressed. I think more so this split than any other split from his perspective. But for Fury 1, they're not a team that gives up easily, and well, they're not looking to give up now. They're in control of a good hill. They're getting the kills they need to, but they need to settle down. Don't push out into Identives. No reason.
No reason whatsoever. Identive's looking to get one up here. Back A. He's going to get some help now from the left-hand side from Beersley. There's the down. Big body shot in the secondary down. They've got 2 kills on the map. Now it's in a 4v2 position. Now 3v2 position.
Okay.
One more could be big, but Aimboot gets that one. Now he's got pressure on Beersley. Aimboot finds another. 70 seconds for the victory here, for the victory lap for Fury 1. Dezo into the backside of the bandstand. Looking for some help. He's going to have 2 players pressure against him. He's going to take one to the grave, which is huge. 3v3 official on the map.
Oh my gosh. 250, 288, 30 seconds for the fresh drop. Pittsburgh Knights are 100% going to make an attempt. Abu does get stunned. He unfortunately can't get away. PK getting the kills they needed. Toady on the flank. You have Ventry who needed to stay alive, and I think that is going to be a wrap. A GG, a valiant effort from Fury 1, but 300 to 249 is where it's going to end. PK take map 1.
Pittsburgh Knights, they heat up in the middle of that map, my man. They were like a beautiful oven. They said, look, you got to turn us on. You got to preheat us because we got to get warm. We got to get ready. And about halfway through that map, they said, let's do it. Big Identives struggled throughout Pro League. Has one more death than kills, but the man's got 20 assists.
Yep.
The man's got a hella damage.
Yep.
Danny was looking fine like an aged wine, baby. He said, what you like, little Sauvignon? You look a little white, little red, baby.
Little white, red, barbecue sauce. What is Sauvignon when you
Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, Sauvignon Blanc.
It's a type of wine, baby. Come
I
on.
don't know these
Get on
things.
the track.
What do you want? I'm dumb and I'm not as fancy. I mean, I'm not as fancy as all this, okay?
Hey, hold on.
That is
Hold
a
on.
fact.
You see that right there?
What's that?
Hey, you're not as fancy as that either, baby.
You know, I don't need them in person anymore. You take it back. You need to be on the other side of a computer screen. It's hard to handle you. That's a big win from PK. And you know, the analyst test did ask a question. Monkeys for Identives. And I think you gave your answer, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm going to give my answer now. Identives statistically, did it make sense to pick him up? It did. Monkeys was one of our highest statistical players for the longest time. However, stats, at least in Identive's case, not everything. Identives may have not been spectacular throughout Split 4. However, Identives' pop-off ability, whether it's in critical moments during Pro League, whether it's in critical moments in E-Days, and most importantly, critical moments during the Summer Major, I would trust Identives over Monkeys. I really would. And that's not a dig at Monkeys. I think Monkeys is absolutely incredible. But Identives is a champion. Identives know what it is to hold the trophy, to hoist it up. He knows what it is to be the king of Latin America. And I'm hyping him up for good reason. Identives can make everything happen, and he so consistently does.
That's all you need to know right there.
I said it.
That's all
He's a
it is.
champion.
I know we're not on screen, but I wrote it out for my man in case he forgot, in case he didn't mention it.
I did.
Identives v Monkeys, the only stat that matters. Ask J Ribs how it feels. Ask Speedy how it feels. Ask Rushy how it feels.
Yeah.
Ask Sleepy Time. Shout
Yeah.
out one time. He's got, my man Ribs has got that counting sheep shirt on as
He does.
well.
And he looks
So he's repping you, Sleepy Time. He's repping you today. You want to ask those 4 gentlemen why I said Danny over Monkeys? It's real simple.
He's got
It's
the chip.
championships.
He's got the
Danny's
chip.
got one. Monkeys ain't got none. I don't care what trades you want to make in your life. Champions always come through. That's why I give my nod over to Danny. They also get the nod in map number 1. It's 1-0 in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. We're going into execution, which is a little bit of a cause to pause because you give Toady a chance to kind of gather
alive.
his thoughts, kind of get his troops in the position he wants them. And that over-aggressive. We saw the initial.
We did.
Fury 1 was incredible
Absolutely
through the first minute and a half of that map. Even though the initial kind of went over to the Pittsburgh Knights, they had the initial point lead. Fury 1 came right back out of that respawn and said, we're going to take care of business. So every round, they're going to come right back out of respawn. Fresh set of flash grenades, fresh set of smokes, fresh set of moves. Them boys going to be looking healthy and happy each and every round that they come out of spawn. So is this where things get evened up? Is it execution that goes the way of Fury 1?
You know, honestly, it could be, again, every single map statistically taking the Pro League stats, like nobody really outshines the other. It's so incredibly close. Even on map 2, check out execution we're about to hop into. You have a record of 1-2, right? So 1 win, 2 losses for Pittsburgh Knights, Fury 1 or 2-1. So it's not like, wow, you know, PK is being outshined by Fury 1 record-wise. No, you know, in the previous series that I just did, I mean, there were definitely huge differences between Rise and Coste Papel. But this one is a lot more even. And also to take note, going all the way back to week 2, where Pittsburgh Knights did beat Fury 1 3-0, that was week 2. At that point, Fury 1, they hadn't caught fire. They were, 0-4 until all of a sudden they went on a win streak that didn't end, even till the very end of Pro League. So I think checkout, honestly, this is going to be neck and neck. But PK, we've always talked about and hyped them up how good they are on checkout.
Didn't they just play a few weeks ago in E-Days?
Who did?
PK and Fury 1.
Who won?
PK.
There you go.
But
they played checkout. I don't know. You're bringing these arbitrary things. What maps did they play? What was the score? And did it go to a map 5?
When I pull my britches up like that, it's about to be dad time. I'm about to hit you with some knowledge as a father. I'll tell you that much. You want to talk about checkout? You want to talk about the Pittsburgh Knights? They got to get that sniper in the Desert Knight's hands if they so wish to.
Okay. I agree with that.
Fury 1's best option, they've got to control the platform. 3 to 4 flashes at the plat. Keep them stunned. Keep them off of that. Push Raver back into his own lane. Make him play toward the fridge, maybe even down toward the long shot, because your best hope in this matchup is to have that 90-degree angle or that incendiary. Give it that nice lob shot, maybe even a little fadeaway back there on the top of that platform. One way or the other, you're going to have to control those incendiary grenades. And the guy you had to go up against over there is big man Raver. And you even tried to pick him. You wanted fiercely and Raver. You said I was going 50%.
I had one
PK.
rule. I had one rule, and I tried to break literally the one rule that you couldn't break. I tried to get 2 from the same roster, but continue.
I mean, we should have let you had it because they might have played worse, to be honest, because you did have a full squad. You had a former team together.
Like I said when I was solo, I want to get your opinion. Me and Fran, do we have something in common? Are we both champions, baby?
You and Fran?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that also means you got something in common with me because Fran is one on land with me. You got to imagine how big that man's backpack
Fran won on land with you?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Back in the Microsoft store, baby. It was
sweet,
though.
Okay.
It was sweet, though.
Okay.
It's sweet, though.
Okay. Whoever you played against, I mean, it was GG's, but you had Fran and you had you at a
It was praise, too. We had praise, too, man.
Oh, and you were bragging about that?
Hell yeah. I got him water. I got him cold towels. I was fanning them. Hell, they could have told me to run down the street, pick them up, whatever they wanted for lunch. I'd have done that, too. I promise you that much.
All right, so we're all 3 champions then in some way or another, okay? Now, we know Fran is the true champion, though. Hey, in every single title, at least pro. Fantastic. All right, we're moving into checkout. Map 2, Fury 1. Need a definitive answer because, look, one thing is for certain, and we know this, brother. When it comes to escalation, Fury 1 really isn't existent there. They do have some wins, but, brother, their escalation game is not at the par of Pittsburgh Knights. In my opinion, a must-win. Raver, the guy that I tried to pick despite me having fiercely the tip of the spear pushing up and, well, now being pushed back. Fury 1. That means going to be some trades. 3-2. The instant you mentioned it. Apu connected on to Fiercely. I did this. We'll see you later. Fury 1 gets the start they needed.
I don't want to say that I was in the huddle. I don't want to say that I had the foresight to say exactly what they had to do and control, but baby, round 1 goes over to Fury 1, who controlled the platform, gets the incendiaries, and then kind of bulk and grip deathlocks them in the middle of those lanes, baby. They said, I don't know how to speak, bulk and anything, but they had them on there. They had them on there. They had both fingers on the temples, boy. They were squeezing brains out.
Since you're here, I feel like I got to make a dad joke. So they're Fury 1, they get the 1, but can they be Fury 6 and get 6? Okay.
Hey, look, they might be Fury 1 and done if the Pittsburgh Knights got anything to say about it, but it's only one person left alive for Fury 1 here. He's going to go down. Jolly tried everything he could get, but he couldn't get any more in that situation. 1-1. If Fury 1 drops off that second round, I'll give you a little insight into how they dropped it. They get him onto the platform, the extra stun that they threw in the first round.
Yep.
They didn't throw it this round, baby.
And I'm
if you're going to throw 3, but throw 3 every round.
I'm a bit concerned because, like, that was a battle for plat. Like, something that Fury won, that's pretty much their bread and butter. And Pittsburgh Knights finally challenged them because round 1, they didn't challenge them. They went for snipe, and PK absolutely worked them in just, 16, 18 seconds. Stuns are out. Raver, he's playing the dance-off. Ventry, he's going to get hit with a massive body, but it's amazing. Nobody has been down.
Nobody has been down. There's a ton of fights going out here. Ventry, backside of that fridge. Once again, no chance to get up onto the platform to pick up those incendiaries. We go to the ghost cam. Little bit of a cinematic here. Shout out one time the cleaner, baby, Patrick Ard. He loved these kind of cinematic cams. When you get up wide angle, show everybody in one. That was my man's specialty right there. He had cinematography in his mind.
I don't know who it is. This maybe J-Ribs, artistic as he is.
Is it my man Ribs? Can we get a shot? Is it Ribs?
I don't know if it's Ribs or not. It is Ribs. I got the official thumbs up.
Jordan
You shot out
Ribeiro.
the wrong guy, all right?
Hey, Jordan Ribeiro, he's trying to master class us on it. That's all. I'm just talking about who I saw do it for forever.
If he gave it, he put a clinic out there, I'd take it. I'd pay him $5.
Anything Ribs puts on, I would probably attend. He could go in there and teach a class on dancing. I don't even know how good he is at dance, but
we got that Twitter clip. He's good at dancing.
Hey, yo.
I've seen him swinging those hips, and let me see if he can swing those hips. We're popping off down there for the snipe play, and again, just like the initial, a ton of damage, but this time Raver is going to get a kill. Ventry's going to fall. Toadie's going to follow. Jolin's putting up an effort, but it's a 1v3. He's gone. It's 2-1. PK leads.
My man was bouncing around like he had nothing to lose, and he didn't except for the round. My boy went down quick.
It's a 1v3. What are you going to do?
Hey, look, he said, I got to make something happen. He said, we got Raver, though. Bring up the scoreboard. My man Taylor wanted to point something out. Hit me with the scoreboard.
Dezo, baby, 6-1.
Hey, yo, what I tell you? Only one All-Star on that team for me, baby.
All right.
That's the king right there. Man's got glasses, make him look cooler than the other side of the pillow.
And I need those glasses, Dezo, honestly.
He just flashed himself, Raver.
So, he maybe took off the glass. Maybe they slipped out. A contact slipped out. I don't know what happened. But sometimes it happens in 4-2. Fury 1, come on, Jolin, that's what I'm talking about. Hit those shots.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Missed the incense. 2v2. 2v2. Still is a 2v2. Now let's make that a 2v1. I was expecting maybe Fury 1 to push up a plat. They didn't do that. Now PK's got him where they want him.
All right, I got a bone to pick with you after this round. Let's see what happens here toward the end portion of this round. Design's going to pick up the long shot. Okay. Both players from Fury 1 trying to rotate back. Goes for the heady on the reviving player there. Toadie will get into the backside of the electronics behind that counter and just keep himself safe for a moment. Designite rotating up to the right-hand side, looking for a chance to maybe push back into this sector. 7 shots to deal with. There's a body shot out. That is a big shot by Designite. See what they can do here. Ooh, another shot missed. Beersley did pick up the fragmentation grenade. That's a double hop. He throws the first frag to buy time for his teammate, but there's a down. There's a quick revive out. They're going to continue to try to get shots on the Designite. He's trying to stay safe right here. Is he going to get challenged? Little back A, tries to go for the highlight reel play. Doesn't get it to go. Another down on Dedezo comes through, and now they might have switched spots right here into the back of the photo center, but a body shot doesn't save him. Beersley gets taken out and leaves Dezo in a 2v1 situation.
Dezo, big clutch play. He's hit a couple of bodies.
They're not giving him the head.
He's hit a couple of bodies. Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. Way to ruin the fun. What's this bone you've got to pick with me, by the way?
Everybody yells at me about being biased, but you're in the middle of a round.
Come on, John. Stop.
Come on, John.
Because hey, stop it, yo. All right, I'm not biased. I just like Toadie. He's a cool guy, all right?
You said he was your best friend on stream.
Because he is, but I'm not trying to be biased because, you know what? We know you're the most biased out here.
I ain't got no bias. There's no bias in my body. There's no bias in my body.
Get this man in check, okay? Hey, I like PK just as much as the next man. Fury 1 is just as exciting too. But here we are, another battle ensuing, and we might have, fiercely. Fury 1 pulls back. Like, honestly, that was a great trap.
That beautiful trap, they lay it. They get those players from the Pittsburgh Knights to be a little over-aggressive, makes them become a bad position, bad spot. Identives is trying to rotate around first. Back A tries to land, goes to the backslide, gets the third shot to get the down, but cannot get any of those chunks. Fury 1, they take the lead now 3-2. And this has been 2 good rounds for them back-to-back. The reset in the 2v2, followed by the single kill to get that final kill onto Designite. Now this time they set the trap, they lay it out, they bring them in, and then they take them out.
Believe Fury 1 only has one first blood, Colin. So Pittsburgh Knights have been consistently getting first bloods, but not necessarily converting them. That is quite concerning, but hey, should be just fine. Once again, another initial. Raver, this time breaking down low. I think PK's making a stab at going for the snipe. Fury 1 reads him. Big down onto Raver. Tony picks up the incense. A play could be made.
Tody's got the instant in hand. Desanide's got the long shot. Looking for a body shot here on Aimboot. Won't be able to get it. Gets caught into the slide. Now they slide and die. Fury 1, they win another one. That's going to be 4-2. 2 rounds away from tying it up. 1-1 in the map count. Beautiful 3 rounds here by Fury 1. They have really made Pittsburgh Knights uncomfortable in that platform fight. They've done a fantastic job round in and round out since those 2 rounds were won by the Pittsburgh Knights. We come into this next sector on board with the Pittsburgh Knights. Ghost cam action here, sliding across the backside of this map. You're going to see the flash grenades come out. Let's see if Raver threw a better one this time. It doesn't bounce right back into his face. Raver's going to be tagged up, though. Almost full red. Doesn't go down. Finally does go down, as a matter of fact. Goes down again.
Third down.
There's the chunk by Tody, and now Ventry gets another one on a Beersley. This is going to be up to Dezo to try to save his teammates. He gets 2. He gets 2 down.
Oh, he gets another one. The finish on the Ventry's there. And now it's up. Aimboot brings it to a 1v1. It's up to Identitas versus Aimboot. This is a big clutch moment, and Aimboot isn't scared to take the fight. He's got Identitas on the run. Identitas feeling the pressure, but taking some down. Aimboot does it. 1v2. Fury 1 will lead 5-2.
Gotta keep the pressure on him at all times. They kept the damage going. He did not let him get his health back. Beautiful 1v1 win there by the side of Aimboot. Boy, howdy, that was impressive to keep those damage going.
Very impressive indeed, man. I thought Dezo for sure was going to pick up 3, but he doesn't, unfortunately. Great plays from him. A good cleanup from Aimboot. 5-2 around the way to victory. F1. It's the Knights. Big battle onto flat. A lot of damage. Fiercely getting a big down into Aimboot plus a finish. Fiercely will pick up a second. Fiercely's actually going to pick up a third in conjunction with Dezo, and this is a very clean round, the cleanest round I've seen from PK.
Hey, look, it don't matter. They got to be perfect with 3 more rounds. If you're Fury 1, wash this one out. Say, hey, baby, it's 5-3. We got to win 1. They got to win 3. There's a chance for us to still solidify this map because we have shown we can win like 4 in a row. Them bad boys racked off after it was 2-2, and then it was 5-2. Boy, now they're putting them in the back seat. They're putting them in the back pocket.
Yeah. Look at this guy, Ventry, right? I mean, selfless. I mean, that's how I
Look at this guy.
Selfless.
Look at him.
7 with 6 assists, 57. If you don't stop, he's got all that damage is what I'm saying. He's a selfless player, and he makes it happen. You can stand down, all right? And matter of fact, he might pick up his first kill now that we're giving him some love.
Oh, yeah, might pick up his first kill here. Ventry over the top of those lanes, trying to help get a finish onto one player, but we have a little bit of a neutralization position here. 2 players for the Pittsburgh Knights in the middle lane. The other 2 players playing a little bit back, one at the platform, one at the back fridge lane. This is going to be Ventry. He's going to try to hop the cover. He gets tagged up pretty heavy, but he ain't going to go down right there. No utilities that I could see on the map to be used by anybody.
Oh, there he goes.
And Aimboot is going to rush the fragmentation grenades. Beersley might try to challenge him, but there's no chance for a challenge. First frag grenade comes out. There's the explosion. Beersley goes down, looking for the shot over the top. Identiv's down now as well. Dezo can't get those kills. They're trying to find another one. Tody slides in, and ladies and gentlemen, this could be the finality of this map as it's a 2v1. Raver goes down. Raver gets taken out, and Taylor Reflections Noble. That is a 1-1 map count, my man.
It definitely is. 1-1 tied up. I think we go the distance. Honestly, map 5 wouldn't surprise me. Tody well done. 11-4-7. 12,000 damage, nearly 13K. It was a rocky start, but a strong finish for Fury 1. And this series just got a lot more interesting. We're tied up 1-1. We're going to be moving into map 3 training grounds when we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gears Summer Major. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by the magnificent Colin, the Crow Clark. We're tied up 1-1 between Pittsburgh Knights and Fury 1. District is 302-49. PK take that one. Check out 6-3. Fury 1 at one point when they caught fire, brother, they couldn't be put out.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I was going to say, one of the things that seems really odd to me in this matchup is every time the Pittsburgh Knights kind of lay off a little bit, they're not playing up to the potential. It's like they're getting big spreads. They're getting tons of damaging shots out, but they cannot get the downs. They can't get the kills. And it has really just led to a downfall of sorts for that team. They've really struggled to solidify those kills. I called it map 1 as they were getting the kills they wanted, not the kills they needed. Well, in execution, you need every kill.
That's right.
And they couldn't find one, baby. They couldn't catch a cold in the middle of April if they were, out in the rain.
Woo, and that's, I guess, hard to do. To be honest with you, I don't have experience with catching colds out in the middle.
No, it's
of
really
April.
easy to catch a cold in April when you're getting rained on and it's tired. It's also, I would tell you, it's not easy to catch a breadstick.
What the heck was? What do we have dinner out? Did you throw a breadstick at me?
I hit him with a breadstick, yo. I hit him with a breadstick. I want you to know that was a present from all of production and myself.
You remember that wet paper bag thing in the aluminum bat?
You about to hit me, aren't you?
If I get an aluminum bat, I got one at home. I'm gonna hit you with.
I got to take one now. I hit you with a breadstick live on camera in front of God and everybody. I mean, I don't even know how clean it was. I'm gonna have to see that back. We got to replay that.
No, we got to.
Can I break down a replay of that?
In this studio, I have now been pied in the face by Lando Sanders.
You
after
got
I lost
pied
the
in the
challenge.
face?
I did, and it was.
You took a pie to the
and
face.
I ate it afterwards. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually fantastic. I think it was like lemon meringue or something. It was really good. But never have I ever thought I would be hit in the head with the breadstick. Good sir, thank you. That was
you got to be careful around me. I will throw random objects at you. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, moving on from that weirdness that just happened. Training Grounds is coming up next. Map 3, statistically. Because I gotta sound smart, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't say it's gonna be all right. Statistically, 3-2 for Pittsburgh Knights, and I think 2-1 for Fury 1. Now, I will say this: if Fury 1 wins Training Grounds, I think they win this series in Map 4. If Pittsburgh Knights win this, I think we go to a Map 5 because Afira is also going to be the next control, which we're going to see regardless.
Afira is the next control, brother. You can only play execution on Afira.
Yep. So Spire is the next control. I saw the E, and then I just translated the R and
Spire and Afira. They look so similar.
They do.
The S, the P, the E, the P, the H. I got it.
I got hit in the head with the breadstick. Please forgive me.
Was it actually in the head?
I'm a little bit disoriented, okay? I wasn't expecting that. So I may have a concussion. I'm going to the doctor after the cast.
Speaking of grounds, by the way, we're going to Training Grounds. Speaking of grounds, that's been on the ground too long, and now I'm upset because I would have eaten that bad boy.
You would still eat it. Don't
I would eat that bad boy.
Hey, once we transition to game 4 on camera, he's picking it up. And when you hear him munching, hey, we all know Colin likes to eat on camera. But I think Training Grounds is going to be a fun one. And honestly, Pittsburgh Knights are one of the greatest teams, in my opinion, on Training Grounds outside of United. I think United is the best. But I think Pittsburgh Knights are a wonderful team here. And Fury 1 are really going to have their hands full. They're going to have to fight hard.
Yeah, they are a wonderful team indeed. And Fury 1, the big problem for them is being able to take advantage of the initials. Pittsburgh Knights, they love to put that long shot underneath the overlook. They're very good at that fight as well. I call it hell because, you feel like you're trapped in hell. You get inside of that place and you just don't know how you're ever going to get out. If a teammate's going to have to come in and revive you, whatever it may be. Yeah, underneath the overlook.
I thought that was the underlook.
The underlook for the overlook, you can call it hell. I call it the closet at one point.
Okay.
Because, it's just like a little cubby closet. It's not like a walk-in.
Yeah,
it's not like a walk-in where you got like a whole rack of clothes over there. It's like you open the door and you're like, there's my shoes.
Yeah, you get one pair of shoes, one pair of boxers, and you just got to make it work.
Also, you're really lucky earlier when you said that's a big if, that I didn't have the word if written out in huge letters on that notepad. Because I'd have been like, that's a big if, though. That's a big if.
For what?
Earlier when you're talking about if Pittsburgh Knights win this map, we're probably going. Are we waiting on Toady?
Yeah, imagine that.
Toady?
On Toady. He's torching.
Toady? Toady?
Hey,
Toady?
Hey, get back.
Swear to God, Toady.
Toady, you're lucky I'm holding him back.
Is he walking? You walking your
you're
dog?
Lucky I'm holding him
You're
back.
walking your dog.
Hey, hold it. Hey, he's cool, man. He's hyped up. He's hyped up on something.
Oh, there's that breadstick, though.
Hey, chill out.
Get off my breadstick, dog.
Bro, I don't like you having that weapon of mass destruction on your side, okay? Hold up. Check it out.
I'm going to need that for later.
Toady's all right, okay? Toady's okay. We're calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
We're calm.
I'm breathing. I'm breathing right now. I heard production say you better not throw that breadstick at the camera, and all I want to do now is throw that breadstick at the camera.
Knowing our luck, it's going to hit the camera, knock over the stand, and then what are we going to do after that?
I'm going to keep talking because the mic is still plugged in, brother.
He's out of control. Save me, please. I'm trapped in here with this man. He's
Yeah,
not
the door
trapped in
is
here with
locked.
me. Tony's
Unlock
back,
the door.
by the way. Apparently, you scared him. He's back.
I know it.
I
I knew
hope
I'd
the
scare him.
adrenaline's going. I really do. At this point, I think you just hyped him up and he's ready to win. But what do I know? Clearly, not a lot. Training grounds, map 3. It's going to be fun. We're tied up 1-1, PK F1, and we are going to be heading into it relatively soon. Colin, you are a madman.
Just having fun. Look, when you come to a Gears major, when you come to Gears Esports, you're going to have fun, baby. There's a lot of blood and a lot of guts. There's a lot of high-intensity, octane action. But Gears Esports, in conjunction with UMG this weekend for the last dance, it's going to be fun, baby. We're going to have fun. We're going to have the time of our lives.
Hey, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Map 3 training grounds. Between these two great teams, the record reflects that it's relatively even and still anybody's game. And for your fans out there, Pittsburgh Knights, get loud. Fury 1 fans, get loud, because this is going to be a nail-biter without question. And, man, let's get it going, baby. Honestly, standout player for you, training grounds. You've watched both teams play time in and time again. Who's going to be your guy that makes all the difference in the world for their rosters?
On the side of the Pittsburgh Knights, I'm going Raver. I think at the U and the Overlook, he's a really dominant force over there. He's a guy that you're going to have to take note of each and every round in and round out. You're going to have to try to pick on him a little bit, lancer him out as he comes in, try to get a single shot down on him. On the opposite end, I'm going Ventry. I think Ventry struggled in map 2, but I think Ventry here on training grounds plays a little bit of a different role, a little bit of a different zone, and he has the ability to kind of open up a lot of options for his team with whatever decision he makes, whether it be move into the team, fight further, go for the flank. He's one of those flex players for the for Fury 1 in this matchup against the Pittsburgh Knights on training grounds.
So that's a great player to point out. Ventry is somebody that has definitely got better over time. You know, and he's a great member.
I did not know they was coming back to us, by the way.
I did, by the way.
I did.
Voice of God was talking. You need to listen to Voice of God. Go.
He's so soft in my ears. I'm so not used to.
But what's wrong with that? Soft and nice, anyways.
I want him loud and overwhelming. I want it to feel like God is literally
Ventry
right here.
Is a wonderful player that can make an impact and truly go off. All right, he's going to be playing the 1v spot.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be against? Probably Raver. I think Raver in the 1v spot, maybe.
Identis probably.
You think Identa's in the 1v spot?
You're gonna have Dezo play up front because if they put the long shot down, they're gonna have Dezo go in for the long shot. They like to get it into his hands.
Okay.
They're usually gonna have a Fearsley or a Raver behind him to help him maneuver around that position. I think you move Identives into the solo spot for the major because a lot of teams aren't going to expect it. They want that highlight reel player. Plus, Identives is a great 1v1 player at the end of the day.
He
so
is.
There's a chance that he gets to move out in that position and really showcase his talents throughout this major.
If that's the case, then Ventry has to play hard in his 1v spot. Like, he has to really buck up and try and go big because Identives is not going to back down. He's not going to be nervous.
Hell no.
So Ventry has to, like, alpha this position, which in a way is a bit scary when I think about Ventry because at the beginning of the split, he definitely was a bit way too passive on the 1v spot on training grounds. Like, he just wasn't initiating anything. He wasn't wanting to take the bull by the horns and just get out there and, make the moment his. And I think he's definitely got better with that. But Identives, if he is in a 1v spot, is going to be a whole different animal. Again, Ventry has to find a way to get this guy, take him down. You're not going to be able to alpha Identives. Like, you can't do that. But you can at least push him back and make him respect you a bit in that 1v spot. And I think Ventry's going to have a tough time doing that. But if he can somehow do that, at least off the first half, this could be good news for Fury 1, but it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy at all. I think one of the things that we got to keep track of throughout this entire map is, of course, you're going to have those Boltocs placed down, the retros, incendiaries, or shocks. I'll be curious to see what they do with the other half of the map because a lot of times the Pittsburgh Knights are one of those teams that go for the retro on the bottom half of the map, but then only 60-second it. They don't move straight into a second utility grenade. They love to have the retro out in their availability lanes for the extra damage to stop people trying to push across the back lane of the map or to just add damage at the overlook. You go pick that thing up. Somebody tries to rotate across the overlook. You pop them 2 or 3 times as they're in cover trying to come across to attack your teammates. It's an easy down and a kill for them over there. So I'm going to go ahead and say it, Taylor. I think the Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to settle this in real early. They want to win this map 3. At the end of the day, they look at it as winning this map 3 lets them have a little bit more flexibility in maps 4 and 5. They don't necessarily have all the pressure in the world to be perfect 2 maps in a row.
It's insurance, for any team out there. Winning map, being up 2-1 in the series gives you that added, like, okay, if map 4 doesn't go our way, we still have map 5. Obviously, that's the worst case scenario, but yeah, winning map 3 typically determines the series. If it's tied up 1-1, that is, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, Pittsburgh Knights have a very real chance to end up ahead. It's going to be a battle either way, and I stand by the narrative. Ventry, Identives, that's going to be the main key point for me for both rosters to take early definitive control. But I'm also thinking we're going to see a sniper in Hell. And I think we're going to see it relatively early on. Remember Toady back in the day with his F&I rosters and his Noble rosters? Like, that was something they designed. Like, that was their game plan. They were the ones who started the whole sniper and underpass or Hell, whichever way you want to call it. Like, they designed that. And it makes sense if it's going to be implemented in this case. But we're going to have to find out. It looks like the map is finally good to go.
Finally getting everybody loaded into this matchup, trying to get ready to get out of spawn in just a moment, as it looks like everybody is in the lobby getting ready to roll out. Let's take it on over to some incredible Training Grounds map 3 action. Stop looking at these faces.
Yeah, definitely. I'm tired of it myself. All right, let's get the initial underway, and it is going to be Raver in the 1v spot, opposite of Ventry. Even still, we set the narrative with Identives there, but Raver is also going to be the one to initiate. Matter of fact, he actually totally gives up positioning for Ventry to take the neutral. He's going to come back and challenge, but curious why that was the case. We still have a stalemate up top on the Overlook fight. Nobody really wanting to make that first move, respecting each other, maybe even waiting to see how this 1v1 ends up unfolding. And, well, Ventry, it's a great shot on Raver. Raver gets the decap. One more shot for Ventry, but they end up passing each other.
What?
Ventry doubles back, gets him, and now this is where the Overlook fight pops off.
I ain't never seen Raver stay out of cover that long just to get a free back A into his chest. And this is a big matchup. At the end of the day, this is not only, to try to beat an inter-regional rival between Pittsburgh Knights and Fury 1.
Right.
But this is probably for first place in their pool, and that tells me that you are probably going to get away from playing an E United or Arise earlier in championship bracket. So that's the thing that you got to take note of. That's probably why Fury 1 is playing so hard. They don't want to go up against one of those squadrons early on.
That's the first down in this initial on the Overlook, by the way, and that is the first kill we see in the Overlook. I mean, that is rare. You literally never see that. The only action we have seen is between Raver and Ventry on the opposite side, and Ventry is holding his own. Jolin finds a way to get onto the home hill PK. Now, granted, he is being chased. Identives is going to go for the challenge, but I'm loving what Fury 1 is doing. I mean, they're rotating kills. They're playing the objective game. They're winning the fights that they need to, but that's a nice shot from Identives. PK recovers a bit, but even with the 2-1, they shouldn't have the win condition, and they will not.
They're going to try to collapse onto the B hill here momentarily. They're going to give up the retake for aim boot onto the C hill, but they're going to hold A. There's the decap there at B. They don't have the retake on it just yet, but they are stopping the point accumulation. Dezenide will push back into the hill, going for the retake. 1 point per second going into the favor of Fury 1. Pittsburgh Knights, 2 hills into their name, still don't have the win condition, meaning they have to get another neutralization at the home hill. Beersley trying to chase, hits 3 really, really good shots, but cannot get any of those kills. Can't get anything to go, and now it looks like Fury 1, they realize if they pressure out, their best defense is probably going to be a good offense to try to settle this final hill up. Identives goes down, and that will open things up for the A hill. This first round should be over with Fury 1 taking commanding lead.
Oh, wow. Ventry jumps from cover, and Dezo still doesn't get the kill. You don't see that too often. In fact, this whole first round, in my opinion, Colin, was really funky. Like, you had the 1v1 fight that took place 2 times over before there was even a single down on the Overlook fight.
One might say it was funky like a monkey. Shout out Jacob MVPR and a Funky Bunch, baby.
There it is. Or Monkeys, who's playing on Rebel, whichever way you want to take that. But it would be a weird call out given the fact that, well, he's not on this roster anymore. But I'm picking up what you're throwing down. And we are going to have Fury 1. They're going to build up their side. Do not throw that breadstick at me, bro. There's the sniper. Now, Pittsburgh Knights.
Round 1.
Pittsburgh Knights place it. But, like, honestly, this is, again, within Fury 1's wheelhouse. But we'll see. I mean, Pittsburgh Knights, they want to get in and they want to bang.
They do want to get inside of the underlook and make something happen for their squadron. They want to get things a little exciting, get them tintillating and sensational, baby. They want to be tantalizing. Aim boot moves in, but he's going to go down. He's crawling around. Toady comes in for the revive. He's going to get tagged up a little bit, but Aim boot will get the pick there. On to the long shot. Bottom side of the map now. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. Aim boot trying to get away here. Tagged up for full red, but not going to go down just yet. Identives, though, gets a kill onto Toady. Body shot by Aim boot. Boltox missed. Raver got away for a moment and got a back aid to boot. Oh, my God. When he missed those 2 Boltox, I said, brother, you've got to make one of them shots count.
All right, A-Boot. Oh, he misses it. This is an opportunity for PK to push them back, but they only have 1 member to do so, and unfortunately for him, he is a bit outnumbered at the moment. Still, though, Pittsburgh Knights holding on to the objective. Fiercely, it's a great shot. Make it sounds I've never heard you make. Fiercely. All right, PK. I get it. You lose the sniper, but you keep the hills. You're getting the kills, and you're looking to lock it up with the domination. And you have no. A-Boot, you see, he just stopped. A-Boot stopped moving. He says, I accept defeat.
Ventry's going to try to make a run for it. Rolls in for the reset. Toady, he's next off a respawn with Jolly. They're not going to make it in time. And I'm telling you right now, Taylor, that looked kind of like a super kick to the face by Fiercely.
Yo, we need a camera on you at all times.
Hey,
this man just super kicked the air right next to me. What is going on? I love you. I love you too. Down. Put the breadstick down.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
you were just
whatever. Okay, that's such a terrible way of saying things. Retro's down on the side of Fury 1, and this time around, Pittsburgh Knights have to definitely get on your side. You're a nut. All right, Pittsburgh Knights, let's see what you can do. You lost the sniper early on, at least in round number 2.
I love that Jolly picked up the retro off the spawn.
Why is that?
Because it gives him a little bit of a damage advantage. Oh my God! What did I just not witness?
Toady is so confident in his snipes. Like when he 1v3 E-United, not once but twice during the last D-Days, Toady was using a sniper, and he was making it happen. I mean, his confidence is through the roof.
Oh, Dezo couldn't get that shot as he slid in, but Aim Boot's going to go down. They get the kill on him as well. They're going to try to fight off the reinforcements here of the Knights. Identives is going to get another one. Jalid, though, does his job succinctly, gets 1 kill, gets the second as well, and Fiercely's going to back up here. Hop the drop. He's going to allow those 2 players to maybe get inside of the B hill. One of them goes down, will be in for the neutralization. A second player plays to the backside of the cover. He's going to be up there trying to challenge out. Aim Boot gets hit with 1 big body shot from Fiercely. Now Fiercely rotates back into the hill. He's going to be stuck out no man's land, though. Nobody's going to be there for the save. It's going to be 3v4 on the map right now. Now 4v3. As Fiercely is still off of respawn, but everybody from Fury 1 is back into the engagement. This is going to be 98 or so to 94. Identives challenging Jolly at the top side of the overlook, trying to jockey for position. Beautiful snub fire there. Puts out a ton of damage. Identives has to be careful here. He's tagged up yet again like he was on checkout, but Fiercely is again ruining the plans of Fury 1.
It is. I mean, absolutely derailing them. You could tell Fury 1, if they kill Fiercely, they push for the domination. Jolid was already there, but because Fiercely held his ground, Pittsburgh Knights can get back onto their home hill, capture it, and they have a second life in this round, where again, if Fiercely doesn't clutch up in that moment, Colin, this round is over.
Without a doubt, Boltox shots out by Jolid. 2 big body shots as well. He's got 4 left in the chamber if he wants to go ahead and reload them. It's going to be Dezenide getting that quick little kill off. Not going to be able to get anything to go. This is going to be Ventry now. Picking up the new Retro Lancer. He's going to be challenged here at the home hill. 1 person wraps, gets him full red. Second shot gets the down. Identives is getting challenged here by Toady and Aim Boot. Hits the single shot down there. Won't be able to get the chunk, though. And it'll be 2 players from Fury 1 on the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights. They are trading out home and mid-neutral for the home. 1 player waiting in the wings for Fiercely. Big body shot there by Aim Boot. Fiercely now tries to get the body shot on a Toady. Gets that to go. Home hill going back over to Fury 1. They need to rotate back on over to see if they want to stay into this. Just 20 seconds to go for the side of the Pittsburgh Knights to maybe get a victory here. First shot in by Dezo. Second shot gets the down. Jolid's still alive. Full red. Now Jolid down, but Identives goes down as well. Crawls into the hill, trying to get a last gasp, but touch. Headshot by Fearsley. He's got 2 more to worry about, though. As soon as they cap that hill, he's going to have to fly, possibly die. Cap comes through. 5 seconds left. Nobody on the hill. That's a little stat padding for you, baby. He's going to get that kill, but it will not secure them the round. Fury 1 go up 2-1.
Brother, you can't deny this has been exciting to watch without question. I mean, talking about the stats coming into this, both teams were so neck and neck, and I'm seeing why. 2-1, we're trading off round after round after round, and still got to give it to Fearsley despite losing that last round. Again, it could have been over so much earlier. Pittsburgh Knights had a chance to even take the round because of him, and he continues to just excel at whatever position he is put in. But reality is Pittsburgh Knights, because they placed a sniper early on, they do not have an instant to their name. That instant kill potential no longer there, but they do have a retro for additional damage. Which one is going to pay off? We're in the last round of the first half.
We are going to see that retro picked up as well as that incendiary. Jollet will be pressuring into the U, but Toady is here with him. Pushing out this one player. Going to be backing up with a retro, trying to add in damage. Identives down at the bottom of the map. Will get the down and the kill. Now Identives will pick up the new long shot. Goes for the heady onto the player at the heaven. Won't be able to get that Jollet up top now at the top of the overlook. 2-1 hill advantage. Might go over to the Pittsburgh Knights, but Identives, he needs help in the middle of the map. He's full red, trying to stay alive. Incendiary lands at the feet of Raver, but doesn't get the kill. Raver's trying to rotate away, trying to keep his health and his life in his own hands, but the body shots are in. The body shots are through, and true triple cap domination ensues. Fury 1 take a commanding lead here in map number 3. 3.
Huge lead, brother. And now what do you do if you're Pittsburgh Knights? You're moving into a fresh half, which could be okay. You're fighting for the sniper still, but you do have the, of course, the additional hill now up top. You got the thing upstairs.
Exactly.
Still the breadstick. It's still messing with me, man. Concussion, I'm telling you, is a very real thing. You owe me some liability insurance or something. I don't know. But either way, though, does Pittsburgh Knights play for the neutral? At times, they have actually not even played for the snipe and gone for the objective instead. Do you think they do it?
Yeah, they're going to probably go for it. They want to be able to play for the objective because that's what's been killing them. That's what killed them in the control. That's what might kill them here in this escalation if you don't play over the hill. You're always going to find yourself down in points and behind in these scenarios. Identives yet again inside of the underlook. He's going to try to bounce out. Goes to the reaction shot, but aim boot takes him down. Now goes for another shot here. He's going to get tagged up. Full red. Goes for Brody straight, but the melee from Fearsley is in and through. Meanwhile, we have another kill here by Raver with the incendiary grenade, taking over that mid-neutral hill. Dezo's trying to challenge up, gets one of his own. And Dezo trying to solidify the triple cap domination early in this one. Try to make it 3-2. This is going to be Ventry trying to get into the hill. One. Ventry looking for his second. Can't get it to go. Here comes Aim Boot along with another one. They're going to get meleeed out. There's a down, but the kills are in and true and through. Fury 1
That's 3
will not go quietly into the night. They will survive. They will move on.
They will survive.
Today, they celebrate that they didn't get triple capped in round 5.
That's ridiculous to me. Like, that was, I called it over with, and it wasn't over. I'm mind blown at this point, brother. Like,
can't call it.
Fury 1. Now, having to fend off against a massive push. Pittsburgh Knights said we should have had that last hill, and we are 100% going to capitalize this time. We're sending the full army over, a 3vx situation, but a Mr. Krabs play, You got player 6 on the opposite side, and now it turns into a must-win for Pittsburgh Knights. They need to get a touch. Identitus breaks through. Will he be stopped at the 1-yard line? Well, Fearsley was up there either way, so they're going to be just fine, but what a series of events, and we've officially have a lead change. Another domination attempt starting to tick in.
The BE hill is not yet under contestation. Identives will jump into that hill. We're going to have the home hill of the Pittsburgh Knights get neutralized as well in just a moment. 2 players here at the overlook area. Flash grenade gets thrown at Identives. He hops over the top, tries to get back into a cover. This is going to be Ventry and Toady trying to challenge out toward Identives. He's going to try to do everything in his power to get a kill, but Dezo at the top side of the overlook goes down, and this will be a beautiful round by Fury 1. They fend off the onslaught of the Pittsburgh Knights on 2 different occasions and are getting back into this position with a dominant point lead, and they are going to be on their way to a 4-1 round count lead.
Man, starting to get out of hand. Pittsburgh Knights. They've got pretty much one more final attempt to take this round. and put it into their hands. Tony, any headshot is going to be huge. Dezo will be challenging. I said the headshot was in. Well, he gets it. Or excuse me, he just gets the final down and out maybe onto Fiercely. But Dezo, he has no choice but to hop off the hill. Now he's going to be in a 1v2. Big body shot from Tony, but can't get the finish. Pittsburgh Knights will continue to push up. But Colin, nobody from PK is going to be on F. Dezo was the last hope in that regard, and he ends up falling. And it is going to be a 4-1 lead. 1 round away for Fury 1 to take map 3.
It don't matter. It don't mean a thing. They didn't have anybody in Fury 1's home hill ring. They get taken down and out in the final seconds of that round because at this juncture, pound for pound, they just better than their opponents. They just bigger and badder. They coming into every round trying their damnedest to put the Knights on their back. They ain't cutting them no slack.
Oh, that was good. That was. You need to be a hype man. That's what you already are, a hype man. What am I talking about, bro? You're saying cheese. Are you saying cheese?
Yeah, because I love cheese.
Oh my gosh, you are saying cheese.
Especially like the string cheese that you get in the can.
You are out a can.
Yeah, like
Oh, the string cheese,
yeah,
like
string
that.
cheese.
I'm thinking the white like string cheese.
Oh no, not like that. No, like not the pull apart.
No, you're talking about like literally dumping cheese into your. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Brother, you've seen how big I am, dog. I got the big belly on me, dog. I like my food. I like my food.
This initial got a little bit hairy for Pittsburgh Knights. We did have an overextension from F1, but luckily they were able to hold their ground, and objectively they will stay just fine. Tony does have the sniper. That is some cause to pause, but in reality is for Fury 1, they've got to make some big moves forward, and they're going to try to do so with, I believe, player 7 and 6. It's going to be Ventry and Jalid. They're pushing up for the overlook. Player 1 will be down low, maybe tempting a flank, but you really can't do that safely with Tony.
I see him.
Tony is going to be sitting up in the heaven just watching for any opponent to rotate around the map to the best of his ability. Sees Fiercely slide into that cover, goes for the headshot. Won't be able to get that one to go. Now he's looking to the middle of the map, hits another body shot there on a Dezenide. No kills, but a lot of damage being put out by Tony. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. They need to play a little bit of defense here. Got to be a little bit more solid and smart with their decision-making. Can't just pressure every single fight they find on the map. They're going to finally rotate Tony over here, try to get a 3v2 to go in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Identa's going to hit with a body shot there. They're going to pressure out toward him, get that first down. Now Tony's going to move up with a teammate after the revive is in. Raver on the backside of the U. It's going to be Identiv sliding into that cover with the backslide. They get the stun onto Tony as well. Kills are abound for the Pittsburgh Knights, but Fury will not die. A-Boot will not go down. A-Boot, the immortal at this point, slays out and stays out of harm's way by taking over the E-Hill. He said, don't test me today. I got the answer key. I got all the knowledge and the power.
Brother, my jaw's on the floor. PK was looking great. You can't even deny that. And then A-Boot does that? Absolute insanity. They have the win condition, but just by a thread. It's on a knife's edge, brother.
They got to play one more set of defensive slays right here. They win one more team fight. It's all over, but they're crying because that means they're going to fly over to the F-Hill, try to get that neutralization. Identiv's going through the back lane now. Everybody posturing up at the D-Hill. 3v3. Identiv's looking for a body shot, a headshot. Hits the body on Ventry, sets him down. But Aimboot gets a kill on a Dezenide, and it's all over, Taylor. It's all over.
Not yet.
Aimboot's going to get the decap, and it's going to make it impossible. Because now the only team getting points is Fury 1. They're going to even maybe get the 2-1. No, they're getting the triple cap. They don't need it, but they gonna get it. 5-1. Pittsburgh Knights go down in the ground, and Fury 1, they want to solidify themselves as the best threat to the established order coming out of Latin America.
Bruh, like Fury 1 are so impressed. Like Aimboot, I can't believe the plays he was making. Now, mind you, Tony was incredible. Ventry in the 1v spot opposite of Raver, Colin. Like, he, off the first couple of rounds, was going toe-to-toe with them. Matter of fact, Raver wasn't even challenging him early on. It's just so huge from F1 to take that map number 3 in the way that they did that. They played it well. And Pittsburgh Knights, they were hitting shots, and they were playing well, too.
Oh, incredible.
But Fury 1 was, like, just on a different level. It blows my mind.
All right, look, I'm going to say this right now. Production, listen to me. Look at me. If Fury 1 wins this next map, and it's 3-1, 3-1, Fury 1, I need you to take my face, put it up there. I need you to take Taylor's face, put it up there. I need you to take John's face, put it up there. I need you to take Ash's face, put it up there. I need you to take Toby's face, put it up there. And just put L across all our faces.
Why my face up there?
Brother, because you agreed with all of us the Pittsburgh Knights were the favorite team in this matchup.
No, I did not.
You lean that way.
I picked Fury
John picked
1.
Fury 1?
And John picked Fury 1. I legitimately came into this saying, I think Fury 1 takes this series. You're out of your mind.
I don't pay attention to you. I don't pay attention to him.
You are out of your mind, bro. Are you kidding me?
I don't pay attention to you. Look, you say enough silly things that if I keep paying attention to you, I'm going to lose more brain cells than I got left.
Look, hey, I knew this was going to be a close one, brother. Like, Pittsburgh Knights are a team that you have to be scared of. And they have a lineage as a team with the individuals there as an org that you have to respect without question. But you have Fury 1, who is young and hungry.
Yep.
Toady is a veteran, but you've got Jolin, Ventry, and Aboot who are looking to make a statement. This isn't me being biased. Like, this is me, like, hyping up, like, how extraordinary this team has played and been on the come-up. They started 0-4 in the Pro League, and they ended not undefeated because that's why they went 0-4, but they ended on a win streak.
Yeah.
They have been playing so consistent and lights out.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me. Aboot making a play like that, as young as he is, and as new as he is comparative to the PK roster, that's impressive.
Never said it wasn't. I was hyping him up when he did it.
So my face isn't going up there with the L's. That's all I'm saying.
Your face is going up there.
No, it's not.
Your face is going up there. I guarantee. Look, if your face don't go up there, because you're going to hold an L.
You know whose face got a big old W right now, right?
Hey.
You know who's got a big old...
We do. I went with Fury 1 too.
Okay, we got the big W.
Don't hit me with that breadstick.
That's why I hit with the breadstick.
Oh my
We're taking W. Listen.
W's all day.
Toby Campbell.
Oh,
My name is Toby. I'm Toby Campbell.
Okay,
right?
no, you stop. I love my Welsh gentleman.
I'm Toby Campbell. I think that Pittsburgh Knights. I go with experience. Fury 1, baby.
John, I'm going to give you a hint. From here on out, when you're stop looking
Coach Ashes.
Stop looking stop looking away from the camera.
Security, get him out of here.
Because every time you look away from the camera, they figure out how big your schnozola is, baby. Come on now. He gotta stop. Hey yo.
His forehead is all greasy. No, you did not eat that. You absolute savage.
Every time
savagery.
The reason I didn't hit him back is his nose is so big. I think his bones are hollow. He looked like a bird.
That has been on his forehead.
Got a big old
that has been on. You don't come in here too.
Blaze is coming in here.
I know. I want control.
Bring Blaze
security.
No,
we're losing control.
Blaze in here.
Oh man! And he's showing the guns. And he's showing. Look at how massive. It's bigger than my head.
Get out of here.
Oh, he is the security. Hey,
Blaze
thank
is
you.
Security.
Man, oh man, what the hell just happened?
I don't know, but I loved every second of it, dog. I was getting hit in the face.
I didn't even see him sneak up.
Hey,
your forehead is so greasy from that.
I got hit
from
with
that Fazoli's breadstick, bro. Like it is. Olive Garden, excuse me, my bad. And I don't want to offend anybody out there. You know, Olive Garden breadsticks are the best. You go in there, you order a large water, and you eat breadsticks all night. That's the strategy. Is that a strategy? You would know.
Oh God, softer zone.
Now he's coming in here too.
No, we're
Why
in trouble
is production
now.
getting
Please
involved?
Stop. Please.
Okay, come on.
He
camera.
brought me a paper towel. That's fine. I'll take that. Look, I gotta wipe my face off. My man hit me with a breadstick twice.
Hey, you really do. I think John touched my forehead. I gotta reapply the makeup because we got the shiniest forehead in all of esports.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Oh,
Taylor.
my Lord.
Look, John likes to hold W's, and that's fine by him. He can hold all the W's he wants. He didn't win the last prediction talent, the last major, but I don't think he was even here, so he automatically loses that one.
100%.
Automatically loses
100%.
that one.
Wait, don't get him back in here. Hold that. We're gonna start talking. He's gonna sprint back in.
Is he like the boogeyman? Is he like Beetlejuice? If I say his name 3 times, he shows up.
He might be. Or I thought that was Bloody Mary.
I don't know who it is.
How many people in chat you think are screaming? What are they talking about? Start the game. I'm tired of listening to this.
I need a controller to start the game. There was a UMG controller in here somewhere that I swear if I press the X.
I don't have a controller, but I have a water bottle. Do what you will with it, baby.
Let's start the game.
We're never going to get a job again in esports.
Start the game.
I just want you to know we're never going to work in esports. Oh my gosh, the game started.
Start the game.
The game started. Are you? That wasn't planned. That was not planned.
Totally
No, it
planned.
was. Don't you lie, because that actually wasn't. I'm blown away. All right, we've got map 4. We're moving into Spire. Now, this is a big opportunity for Fury 1 to take the series, and why do I say that? When it comes to Pro League, specifically, Pittsburgh Knights have not played on this map. They are 0-0. Now, that's not a bad thing. They know this map. Like, they're clearly talented. Identives, when he played on Rebel, he was one of the key contributing factors to Rebel winning on Spire consistently, and that's because he prioritizes the drop shot so well. But the point is, this is a map they do not play often, where Fury 1, they have played it at least once, and they won it. Now, let's see how this is going to turn out. We're moving in for the initial, Colin. Let's get it started, baby.
Coming out to this first initial is going to be Fury 1 into the hill first. They're going to get Lancered out a little bit. The down comes through, but there's not going to be a kill just yet. Really being solidified by either squadron. That drop shot is kind of wasted there, but Jollet has the fragmentation grenades, finds a double kill with him, and that will settle the tea kettle of the Knights, and Fury 1 pick up right where they left off.
All right, Fury 1 with Jollet up top, guarding the chapel steps. Not officially baby steps, they're a bit taller than that. So it's like, you know, you're getting into like junior high school at this point. But either way, Jollet will back away, and, well, Chapel seems to be well controlled from Fury 1's perspective. But we know Spire, it's all about those corner hills and holding that down. So eventually they've got to break away. But look at Toady, he's not going for the CQC fight. He's not giving PK that luxury. But PK does Wolfpack in, but will they find success? Oh my lord, they're dropping like flies.
Oh, they're going to continue to get kills. Toady with a double headshot there on the kill feed is going to continue to keep Fury 1 in an advantage here. Advantageous position, as a matter of fact, 55 or so to 6. Very secured first hill for them. They're starting to rotate over to P2, but Pittsburgh Knights are set up toward the backside. 2 players rotate in through the spawn. Looking for another chance to get a kill here. This will be Identives just behind this stubby corner. Smoke comes out right in their face. Pittsburgh Knights are in the hill for a moment. Identives has been marked through the smoke, though. They're going to continue to get shots on him.
Identives from the corner. He sees it. He sees one tempting. What? Toady with the 360. I swear to you it was, but he makes it happen. And it's going to be Fury 1 in control of the hill as it stands. They're, 53 seconds. Still very new. Pittsburgh Knights have to challenge without question. Nades coming up in about 20 seconds. We also have the new drop shot coming into play. Pittsburgh Knights do have their back to it. It's just a short shot just to go pick it up. They're going to continue to pressure up, but new drop shot is up in now. In just 1 second, and now finally officially. Nades are also going to be in play in about 7 seconds. But Pittsburgh Knights are not backing up. They're not wanting the drop shot. They just want to stay competitive on the current hill.
Get your ass out of here.
Aim boot there with a big kill on a Detonite at the top middle of the stairwell, keeping them in control of the 90-degree angle down toward P4, I believe. This is going to be Jolly with a big angle from the front side of the hill onto Raver. Gets that first kill to finish off, but now moving into that next position. It's going to be Jolly hopping the cover. Beersley's already down. He's going to bleed out. 2 players getting chased here toward P3 in this situation. Detonite with that drop shot on his back has to be careful not to get taken down, as he's going to need that drop shot to help try to get them back into this. It's a 70-point differential, and it will only be growing as that next hill spawns up. Detonite throws a drop shot at Jalid and will miss it. They have yet to get the down on him. Fury 1 has played picture perfect thus far in this map 4.
That is terrible to see. I mean, that was a long-range drop shot. In my opinion, there was no reason to shoot that with Jolly being as far back as he was. You could have held on to that. You had another teammate right next to you as well. You weren't really at risk of anything or losing anything, but he sends it flying, and then he still lets Jolly get away. That's a huge misplay, and Fury 1, they're leading 110-22. One thing about Pittsburgh Knights is when they do start taking L's, they have the tendency to lose composure, and I'm really hoping we're not witnessing that in this series.
Toady's going to be tagged up a little bit here inside of the spawn. He's going to go down. Pittsburgh Knights, they know that they got a little bit of an advantage here. Venture's going to get stunned. He's going to go down as he tries to roll back. One more fragmentation grenade out by Aim Boots. Going to find a kill onto Raver after all the damage has been put out. 35 seconds left on this. Would only make it about 130 to 50 if they were to bleed the entire hill dry, which you know is not about to happen. They're going to continue to keep the pressure on after they get enough points to feel confident and comfortable moving forward in this next hill.
Raver sneaking. Toady, other side, big body. Raver goes to capitalize. Toady falls. Good elimination. But He's just trying to set himself up, obviously, for the new drop, and as well as the new hill that's coming into play shortly. I mean, new drop up in 15 seconds. Player 3 on the opposite side fighting for nades. That's going to be Jolid. So both teams kind of prioritizing one or the other. And the reason why we are seeing this battle in Chapel is not for really the nades, but also the Chapel steps, right? To have that transition, but also to have the cross. Big plays from Dezo. He's shut down, unfortunately. And miraculously, Tony gets the drop shot, even though Pittsburgh Knights were on that side of the map for an eternity.
Tony, he's going to be set up here just outside of the hill. They're going to put one player into the position to get the cap off. That's going to be Jolid looking from the window to window. Tony with a drop shot will have Fearsley caught in the corner. They're going to take him out. 3v4 on the map right now. Nade comes out, doesn't find any kills. Flash Grenade's going to go out. Amboot throws a frag behind that down player. He's going to get the pick onto Dezenite, bouncing as much as he can to try to stay alive. They finally find a kill there. Jolid's going to be challenged by Fearsley here at the windowsill. And will not be able to get any damage onto him just yet. Toadie's going to go in for the 45-degree angle. The back eight continues to catch damage onto him, and they're going to get the down onto Fearsley, but the down onto Toadie comes through as well. Pittsburgh Knights finally show a little bit of life here, but it will not mean much if the revives come through. And they do indeed from Ventry. This will be 176 to 28. Jolid now bouncing around.
What?
He's going to try to get that melee kill as well after the down from Aimboot onto Identives. And this is just getting a little bit out of hand. They need these 30 seconds plus a whole hill hold later to try to get a kill.
They definitely do, and for Fury 1, they can cut their losses now if they wanted. Rotate the next and focus on it. Speaking of the Devil, Raver is over here, ready to go. And Fury 1's going to have a lone jaunt. This is a bigger map, so rotating over isn't easy to do if you don't get a head start on it. Dezo head down into Aimboot, misses a critical shot. Aimboot, he doesn't waste the opportunity to capitalize, and Tony also picking up Dezo, calling that's 3 down. Raver, he's off the respawn, but Fury 1, they've got the next hill.
It's going to be Raver looking out toward Fury 1, who's in that hill already at the fountain. Just kind of walking around. They're trying to find the positioning of the Pittsburgh Knights players. They're not trying to get caught by anybody, which is why they're checking every single corner possible. Toadie realizes that he's free and clear to come back into the hill. They're going to have 3 players in this area. Aimboot's going to try to take a 1v here against Identives. Identives at the cubby is going to show that little bit of his elbow. Goes for the wrap shot, and Aimboot gets 1. Now big back down to Fearsley, gets a second. Aimboot is going to be your MVP of the series if they are able to close this out. Yeah. No way, no how. It could be anybody else. He's done everything for his squad up to this point.
And a small tidbit, by the way, that I want to point out, Fury 1 has not shown love once in this entire series. They really haven't. Pittsburgh Knights haven't either. F1 has been absolutely all business. And I respect that, and I like that. They are not letting go of the gas, and you have to play like that. Jolid nearly clears the drop, but he doesn't in time. Ventry now, 1v2, tough spot. Great first shot from Dezo, followed up with Raver to get the finish. Pittsburgh Knights, the job's not done with just yet. We're fighting for scrap time. Could be a double down shortly. 1 is finished. Dezo 1v3. A miraculous play could happen, but it falls a bit short, and Fury 1 will get the scrap time to edge closer to 250.
I mean, there's not a single reason for them to feel scared at all. They're up 250 to 45, up 205 points at this picture, with only 50 points to go for their victory in a 3-1 fashion. They're up 2-1 already here on map number 4. The Pittsburgh Knights are going to have to be picture perfect for quite some time just to get us to a map 5 here. You can see the rotations coming through around the map. It's going to be Identives trying to hold off Toadie at the bottom side here at the actual hill. You have a 3v3 with one player kind of lagging behind. That's going to be Jolid toward the mid lane of the street, making sure that if anybody goes through rotation, they won't be able to get a lot of damage on. That's going to be Ventry down. He will go out as well. Inside of the hill, back the Pittsburgh Knights go. Dezenite trying to hold his cubby corner. He's going to get a couple of kills and trades there as well with Aimboot, but this will force Toadie back into the top of the cathedral, but I mean, not really a frightening position for them. They could literally rotate off of this hill, get a new set of power weapons and play for next, right. Taylor.
Yeah, drop shots up in 15 seconds. Player 2 can set up a tent, roast the scores, just wait for the drop to come in. That's going to be Ventry. Toadie, meanwhile, off of Chapel. One player in front that he's going to have to battle through. That is going to be player 7, Identives. Meanwhile, Fury 1 do find some real estate just on the outside looking into the hill. Jolid effectively picks up the drop. So breaking this hill is possible, but I think Jolid's about to make a very intelligent play. He's going to save the drop shot, rotate away, leave his boys to fight for the hill, which they look as if they are going to fall a bit short unless Ventry makes a critical and consistent play, but he doesn't. Fair enough. But again, well, Jolid's dead. Never mind.
Never mind indeed. We're going to see one player down, but the revive comes through. They don't clean up the kill, which allows a revive to be in and through at the bottom middle of the map there. on to Ventry by Aim Boot. Now they're going to rotate out around to the left-hand side of this next hill, leaving one player through the middle, trying to get that 90-degree angle, maybe lancering up through the big doors of the Cathedral. 3 players at the bottom of the stairwell. Toady's going to be the left-hand side of that middle cubby. Here comes the first 2 flash grenades. Stuns are found. Moving up into position, maybe for a little wrap shot there, but the first nade is through and true. Finds one. The second nade finds one as well.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Knights trying to fight back into this position, but still down 129 points. That is a long way to climb against a team like Fury 1.
You know what, brother? But, I mean, they got to climb it, don't they? You can't just lay down and die. I mean, it's only pool play. You know you're moving to tomorrow, but you don't want to take the L, and you don't want to take it to Fury 1, especially your Lat-Town brethren. So, Pittsburgh Knights, can they come back? I think so. Now almost a 100-point deficit between the two. It might be cut back shortly. Fury 1, they're going for the break. If they don't get it, this map just became a hell of a lot more competitive.
Yeah, less than 100 points now after that 200-point deficit that they found themselves in. Revive onto Desert Eye. Big body shot there by Andrew. He goes down. It's going to be Raver trying to stay alive against Ventry, but they get cleared out from the front angle. It's going to be 265 if they were to bleed the hill dry. They're going to try to rotate into a position to help out Toady, and Toady's going to rotate back over to P2. Already in position for the next hill. Already in position to play defense at these players, trying to rotate across the bottom side of the map. 259 to 161. Lancer fire is through and true. Getting down after down. They are continuing to apply the pressure here, and with every single solitary kill, they come one step closer to victory. Raver with the drop shot is going to have to find a kill here sooner or later, but he's going to get snuck by Jolid, and then Jolid, there's the love you wanted. There's the love you talked about. Jolid showing some. It's pool play, baby. You better hope that same energy is there on Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it too early, but we saw it. We did see it in the first series for what it's worth. Now 20 points away, Fury 1 about to lock in a tremendous victory against what some could consider the #1 Latin American team, of course, outside of Rebel, and 290 to 161, 10 points away. But Pittsburgh Knights, do they touch the hill for a short period? Jolid picks up 2. He backs up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Fury 1 will finish on top of their group, and, well, they're going to do it in scintillating, sensational fashion. 300 to about 180. 3-1 victory. Fury 1. Hell of a job.
Incredible job by Fury 1 indeed. They were very impressive in that map 4, rotating around the map very succinctly, getting the kills that they needed to get again. The Pittsburgh Knights, they were getting kills they wanted, not the kills they needed. That is the story of their life in this matchup against the side of Fury 1, whereas Aim Boot, he got every kill, whether he wanted it, needed it, even just came by it on the side of the street. He found a way to pick that kill up. He did a fantastic job all series long. I would have to give him my nod as series MVP with just how incredible he played from start to finish.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely, Aim Boot is just an incredible guy. I mean, the way that he popped off was just... And again, for him to be so relatively new, right? He's definitely had some splits, but like he's truly come into his own, and he is making big headway in this tournament. Ventry, selfless player, getting the damage done, impressed me in the 1v1 against Raver. Like, that wasn't easy to do. It wasn't Identa's the storyline we set up, but Raver still is. You have to command respect if you're going against him. But Ventry necessarily didn't. He said, you need to respect me, and he did exactly what he needed to do. And then you had Jolid. Jolid wasn't as impactful as Aim Boot, but he was still impactful nonetheless. And then Toady's always there. Okay, yeah. Toady's always there picking up the assist, but more importantly, guiding his troops. And he has done that so incredibly well. Fury 1 are looking like, arguably, outside of beating Rebel, the #1 Latin American team.
A pretty impressive feat to do by Fury 1. It is pool play, like you said earlier. The big impression to me, the big thing that I take away from this is, can they repeat that success? Can they do it on a Saturday, late into a Saturday even, with your chance to move into a Sunday? Because remember, the way that this tournament is set up, a lot like the last tournament, Sunday is just your finals, your winners finals, your losers finals, your grand finals. It is just a symposium of the best of what's left, because starting tomorrow, people are going to start getting their heads chopped off like they were the Queen of Hearts, saying off with their heads off to the side of the stage.
Great series, Colin. Definitely the most entertaining cast I've ever had in my life, but I was here for it. You're not smiling. That's fine. It was an entertaining cast, and I loved every bit of it. Colin, you're a lovely person, and we already saw Fallout a little bit earlier, but it's time to bring him on. And Toby, please defend yourself, because I've done it twice. I need you to start doing it yourself.
Oh, my name is Toby Campbell. The Pittsburgh Knights are going to win. Cheerio. Cheerio, mate.
Am I still hearing this as well, even now?
Oh.
It's surprising. John, you can have a prediction now and then. You know, you can get it right now and then with a little bit of a guesswork, and you can have your victory today. I'll give you that.
Guesswork, bro. I am undefeated in predictions. They call me King Analyst, the big brain. John Fallout, Kefaluka. Can we pull up the predictions? Do we still have that graphics team? I know, I have to put you on the spot at least. Well, thank you, the best. You're so good at this. Take a look, my friends. Ashes, multi-champion coach, Toby, best analyst in Gears Esports, and you already know who came through. Ash, how you feeling right now, bro?
I'm feeling like I'm done betting against you. I'm just going to follow whatever you pick in terms of betting. I learned this lesson the last major, and it didn't stick with me for this major. So at this point, I don't know. I just whatever Fallout votes, magical voice in our headsets, whatever he votes is my vote. I'm done.
That's it. That's the way to go. I mean, how could you not when I'm undefeated? I got one map wrong today. I said Rise 3-0, they won 3-1. But outside of that, Toby, I'm perfect, bro. Perfect.
You can have one day, brother. I mean, we all get lucky sometimes, eh? You know?
Yeah, I like that. Get it.
Lucky dip.
But jokes aside, we're having a lot of fun here. Hope you all enjoying that, by the way. Thanks so much, chat, for letting us be as goofy and raw and real as we are. But jokes aside, what a series, guys. One of the most entertaining broadcasts. So from beginning to finish, the gameplay was great, and it was just back and forth. Pittsburgh Knights started so strong, and Fury came right back in game number 2, Ash.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing worse than Toby and my predictions was how PK performed on the maps after map 1. I mean, I was rooting for them, but not just because of my prediction, but just because logically, this is a team with tons of experience. This is a team with tons of skill, and yet it looked like Fury was running around and doing anything that they wanted to do, and they were doing it well. Like, they were executing on plans. They were outslaying them. They were doing and having their way with these Pittsburgh Knights players. And Toby, you were kind of building up to this, even though we didn't predict it. But I mean, you gave us the stats, and you were right.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, yeah, they are incredible. Fury won, and I think we were kind of leading into the conversation of map number 1, kind of setting the pace for the whole series. And I was like, okay, PK take this. It should be okay. It should be business as usual for them. But it was actually map 2, I think, that clearly things turned around, and I simply think that's because of how well Fury 1 actually played Checkout. I mean, that is some of the best Checkout gameplay I've seen in a long time from anybody. I mean, strategically, they were on point. They were tackling them head on the plat. They were defending on the plat as well, or from the plat. They were adapting to snipe pickups, multiple snipe pickups from PK, just keeping them contained. And it comes back to that awesome key to victory, right, from Fran, fast and furious, right? Play your best when playing quickly, and they did exactly that. They executed on it perfectly. And even when you thought that PK were kind of out of this mental rut where they, had so much difficulty in Checkout, you'd think, okay, they'll get back to escalation. This is a really good map for them. TG was perfect, the best Eska map they could have had. But then Fury 1, they turn that around too. They win the initials down middle. Usually Identives is killer, by Hell or by Cave, however you wish to describe it. But no, he was getting shut down. Toti was getting doubles. Toti was getting the snipe himself. And I think it was all but over at that point, right? That there's something with PK right now, for me, where I thought it'd be different today. I was kind of alluding to that. But there's something now that I think there's a mental shift that's gone on. I don't know if it's to do with Identiv specifically, this split, joining and having a little bit too much passion at times, i.e. perhaps in a negative fashion. When you do lose, it's a bit more of a hard loss. Heads and motivation goes down a little bit quicker than he used to with, say, Monkeys, because of that character that he has. Or if it's just simply the team getting in a rut and feeling like, one loss of a map really just weighs on them way more now because of the gravity of where we're at now with the final major. I'm not sure what it is. Fury 1 looked absolutely incredible every single map. Toti clearly has done a fantastic job with strats and whatnot. I'm just hoping that PK can turn it around. It seems to be a mental thing for me at this point.
And you guys said a lot of names. You said Toti, but you missed the one name that needs to be discussed, and that's Aimbot himself, looking so incredibly sharp. People call him Aimboot. Again, I refuse to do it. That name makes no sense. I think it's Aimbot. But Aimbot was cold. In fact, he was so cold. I'm going to put production on the spot again. Goalie, I love you so much. Can you please pull up the team graphic for Fury 1? Please, one time for Aimboot. I called him Aimboot for you. My man is too cold, too clean. Look at this guy. He's freezing. He's literally in an ice box. Ice in his veins. shivering right now, covering the you-know-whats, and he can't be beat because of it, Ash. It's as simple as that. Look at him. He's cold.
He's going to remain undefeated, too, as long as you can say his name correctly. But, yeah, Aim Boot was doing everything he wanted. And even Jalad, he wasn't getting as much credit as he probably deserves. We've mentioned Toady. We've mentioned Aim Boot. But we didn't mention Jalad and what he was doing, especially in that last control. I mean, he was just fragging out. And he was like, if I was listening into their comms, I would expect to hear laughter and them having fun. And I'm very curious to see what the interview with Toady's going to say, because I would expect that's exactly what was happening. They were having a good time playing Gears of War. It's the last major, and holy crap, we're really good at this game, by the way, so pay attention to us.
Last comment of analysis from the King analyst on undefeated in predictions I'm going to say is, Ash, I'm disappointed. I'm not even I'm disappointed. Reason being, you said experience. You remember a little young Billy Goat, Optic Gaming, with zero experience, came to LAN and dominated everybody. You got to know what's going to happen with Fury 1 over the old fossils in the Pittsburgh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to roast my boys, my Love Identities and Dezo too much. But no, jokes aside, it's only pool play. We got a lot to go here. Let's take a look at the final pool play round 5 results here. Fury 1, 3-1 over the Pittsburgh Knights. We'll take a look here. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Upset potential. Rise versus Twilight. Twitch.tv/UMG Bravo. Get there right now. Twilight, the Challenger Circuit squad. Also, young talent on the brink of defeating Rise. That's insane. United handles business, and Digital Slayers over Alpha Esports. Finally showing some life after not doing too hot in the Pro League. That's the overall pool play round 5 results. Let's take a look at the pool play standings overall, and you'll take a look. Polgatus 0-3, defeated. United undefeated. Rise, well, they're struggling right now against Twilight. That could be huge, because that means that we'll have a 3-way tie for first, second, and third in Pool A. Pittsburgh, the Kansas City Pioneers, undefeated. We'll have Rebel versus KCP coming up next, I believe. That'll be a great one. And then Fury 1, the undefeated team out of Pool D, looking so incredibly sharp. 90% map win percentage, and they are continuing right where they left off with a 5-game win streak in Pro League. Fury 1 right now has to be a favorite to maybe make some noise and break top 3 here, Toby.
Yeah, I think Taylor was right. I think we're seeing Fury 1 progress very quickly already.
Taylor's on a roll,
Championship
man.
Sunday, I'll be honest.
He won the All-Star thing. He's on a roll. This guy
he is very smart, Taylor. He does his homework, let me tell you. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, I thought you assumed I was talking about you then, John. I'll give it to you. I mean, 3-1, this is the prediction that you should definitely write in your notebook. But I didn't have to eat a breadstick on broadcast to defend this stuff. So it's fine. It's all good.
Colin sweat-filled breadstick at that. I guess that's true. I will regret the calories, but I digress. it was still yummy, because it tasted like the disappointment in Colin's face that his prediction was terribly wrong. But no, jokes aside, hey, enough from us on the desk here. We do have the person you've been waiting to hear from. It's Toady, the captain of this Fury 1 squad. I'm so excited to hear from him. Let's throw it over to Jordan for an interview with Toady.
You just like
Thank you so much, Fallout. What's up, Toady? Congratulations on the win. Only dropping 1 map today, so you come out 3-0. How did you feel about this first day?
Oh, pretty good. That's expected for me, how I see how we should be playing as a team. Again, it's just a good Friday. That's it.
Yeah, so just looking back, was there anything, obviously, like being 3-0, you feel like it's not much to improve, it's just day 1, but was there anything specifically that you sort of look back on, or maybe say that you would like your guys to work on as a group?
Definitely closing out that district. Again, statistically for us, I like to keep track of that stuff. Like, district is probably one of our few control maps that, we just get in our own head sometimes, that we get stagnant or hesitant, and we end up choking some of our leads or some of our advantages. Again, we just got to clean up on that, and we're basically golden.
Yeah, definitely a great performance. And I hear your dog back there. We were sort of talking about him before the interview came on, trying to get some attention, but
come here.
other guy.
Come here.
Oh,
He's there crying. He's just there
We're
crying.
gonna get a feature? Is that what's happening? Okay, well, if they do
we'll
come
see.
over,
We'll see.
but
We'll see.
2 people, well, I guess the group that I definitely want to talk about is some of your teammates. One person that the analysts and even the casters kept mentioning on broadcast, Aim Boot. Maybe if you're John, you want to call him Aim Bot. Talk to us about his impact on the team. time and time again, we see big moments, big plays
Oh no,
from
I
him.
mean, again, all of my teammates, all three of them, they can go off and take
Yeah.
over any map, any time, any second. Really, like they can just get stuff done. But again, when we piece
Yeah.
it all together, it's just beautiful in my opinion. As a competitor, it's beautiful.
Right, right, definitely for sure. So,
As you guys can
you
see, my
know,
pup in the back.
he's like
He's
talking
like,
back to you. He's like, yeah, Ambu, hype him up, give him some gas, the whole squad. So, final question I have for you as you wrap up the day. What was just overall how you felt as a team, your mindset coming into this weekend? And after this day, what are you feeling looking forward?
Looking forward just again, just to keep improving on what we have going. Again, like I said before, it's just a Friday. I treat it
Mhm.
mostly as like again, we need a win, but again, it's practice. Again, I expect my team to beat anyone that's in our path. Again, the goal is the championship at the end of the day. And again, I have a lot of faith in my guys, and we'll definitely get it done.
Well, Tony, looking good today, looking like you are on track to achieve that goal. So, congratulations again on the win. Thank you so much. Go show that big guy back there some attention because he's talking to you.
I will. He's been
Hey,
very annoying.
congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
one.
you guys so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere, though. The Gear Summer Major will be right back after this quick break.